Oh yeah, I forgot about the Knicks. All right, let's see if people gonna come in today. I know it's late. Hold on 1 second, real quick. Hopefully, let's see. Put this up. Peace to some that's coming in here. I can't see the screen. I'm trying to share that I'm live right now. All right. All right, there go the notification. All right, hold on 1 second, everybody. Let me see. All right, there's some people in here. All right, peace, man. Please make sure that you share, man. Please make sure that you share. I know it's late as hell. I just came back a little while, well, like a good hour and some change ago, watching the Knicks game. So first, I gotta give shout out to the New York Knicks, man. I gotta give a shout out off the rip to the New York Knicks. I gotta do that off the rip before I even set this off. So since 2000, I believe, they haven't made it to the conference finals, so they really did their thing. So salute to the fucking Knicks, man. Gotta give them love on that. And New York is going real crazy right now. People's going crazy right now. I spoke to a lot of people, man, in New York. They very happy. So much love to them, man. Now, y'all heard already. It's 3 in the morning. Y'all done heard everything. Y'all know watch Tisa Tales. Y'all know watch everybody that just everything about this case, right? So Dawn Richardson, I always say like Dawn Richardson for some reason, but she literally dropped the bombshell. You know what I mean? Because she's like the first hand, instead of just hearing it from Cassie, she's like a first hand witness that actually was there. Now I got something that I'm going to read in a few, but not right now. But as much as this case, when I said before that Diddy's defense, people thought that they was making his own client look bad, but what they was trying to do is establish that it's not racketeering, it is not sex trafficking, but it's domestic violence, which they said after Dawn Richards got off stand. So the judge in Mark Agnafilo, they was basically speaking after everything was over, and he was just saying the same thing. But once there's one situation of coercion, even if she was initiating these freakouts, even though she participated, even though in the scripts it said that, hold on 1 second. Hold on. It says, hold on. You were Mr. Combs' sexual, you knew Mr. Combs' sexual preference was these freakouts, right? She said, I've learned. It was part of being his girlfriend. Yeah, so she already knew what she was getting into. But I'm afraid to say, as much as I, even though I don't like fucking Diddy, I don't think he should be getting all of that time, because people knew what type of dude he was, like that freaky shit and shit. He been doing this shit for 20 plus years. Even when they caught him at the hotel, the Hyatt Motel, it was mad stuff in his room. You know, the Molly in the bottle, 9,000 in cash, baby oil and all over the place in the bags and shit. He's traveling with baby oil and all that crazy shit. We're gonna talk about it, but as long as you have one situation of coercion, that counts as sex trafficking. But I'm gonna break that down in a minute because I have something written down. But I want to show y'all something. Please do me a favor, y'all. If y'all don't mind, please share. If you don't, fuck it. If you don't mind, please share. Thank you very much. Please share this live and hit the like. All right, please do that. I thought of it's coercion. So I'm telling you, y'all, as much as I don't want him to not do life, because you know they railroad R. Kelly. I don't want to see Diddy go down fully, but there's no way he's gonna get out of this. As much as we say Cassie knew what she was getting into, knew or a willing participant, she wasn't a victim. And even after the fucking the hotel footage, The incident happened in 2016. 2023, I believe, when the footage came out. Literally right after the footage came out, he texted her, "Yo, can we do a freak off for one last time?" Hold on, where that shit at? Hold on, god damn it. Wait. Hold on. Yeah. He said, he texts, you want to freak off for one last time? She said, I don't want it to be the last time. I want to freak off for the first time for the rest of our life. This is literally like a 2023. This is after the video resurfaced. But at the end of the day, we're gonna get into all that. We're gonna get into all that. But I just want to show you this. The freaky stuff that Diddy has been doing. I don't know if anybody remember this article. They really could have got him red-handed on kidnapping. Yeah, but check it out. This plays a big part. Hold on. I got a lot of windows up. Now, we're going to just set it off with this real quick. Diddy's mother held sex parties at Mogul's childhood home. This is according to a friend. This is from early this year in January. Don't forget that Bob Marley's daughter, Zara, however you want to pronounce it, she talked about how he was a child altering. It was child altering, some stuff like that, and how he told her that he's trying to find his soul, and he was victimized as a child. And this was happening at the age of 4. Now, Zara's interview came out afterwards. After this, I don't know when this came out, but I think that was a recent interview she did. But this article came out January 10th, 2025. So it reads, this is a close friend of the mother. So let's just read, because it was on Rolling Stone. It'll let you read it like one time, but if you go back to it later on, it's going to block it and it's going to tell you to subscribe. I'm not subscribing, so I found the same article on the Vibe website. All right, so let's go. Let's get right into it, man. Diddy's mother has been accused of throwing sexually charged parties at Sean Combs' childhood home, during a trailer for Peacock's. I need to see that. Making a Band documentary. Sean Combs' childhood friend. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Childhood is Puffy's childhood friend, not his mother friend. So I stand corrected. Sean Combs' childhood friend Tim Dog Patterson alleged that Janice Combs used to frequently host sex parties. Now we know there's some girls, girls in the hood, they be having those little sex parties and selling like dildos and all them little sex fucking gadgets and toys and shit like that. Some of y'all probably did it last week. Y'all know how that shit go. But anyway, I can't see the chat. Please hit that like button if you didn't, man. Please share this fucking live. It's not going to kill you to do it. And I appreciate you. All right? Thank you. Please share. God damn it. Put me in the algaes. All right? So Rolling Stone reports that Patterson recalled how Janice's actions could play a hand in Combs' alleged crimes. This is early January this fucking year, even though what's his name he was still locked up at the time. Wasn't he? Yes, he was. I'm sorry, because he was locked up since last year. But any motherfucking who? The childhood friend opine, whatever, that Sean's unsavory actions could also be linked back to his childhood, recalling how Diddy was often bullied for being seen as a rich kid, as the rich kid. That's what we were privy to. This is what we were fed, he said. Was it desensitizing us? I'm sure it was. We were aware of it. No, that was just Saturday night. I've always been asked the question why. I don't know the answer to why, but I truly believe it all goes back to childhood. What is this? First trailer. Let me see. I never seen the trailer.
Sean Combs is a monster.
I never seen this trailer.
I want to speak about this now because I've witnessed everything.
I think Sean Combs can get away with anything.
Damn, I might have to delete this shit because
he was 4 years old. That's my little bro.
me bring that back.
Sean Combs can get away with anything.
I've known Sean since he was 4 years old. That's my little bro. He already knew what he wanted.
I could be your manager. Just give me a chance.
I went to a lot of puffy parties. These were the parties that you needed exclusive access to get into.
He thought that if people fear him, they respect him.
Honestly, I didn't want to be around him unless there was cameras.
Nobody's shooting me. Nobody's shooting me. Nobody's shooting me.
When Puff was around, it was like, uh-oh, get it together or this could be over.
You got me acting crazy in front of all these people.
Something is not right with this.
I've been with
I've
Sean
never seen this.
for quite a while.
I'm gonna have to watch it. I didn't know about it.
Anytime the studio or any rooms is red, is making love and sex. Some of the ones who went in the room, for sure they were underage.
They said they could ship me off and sell me to anyone.
How did this superstar music mogul become an alleged monster?
And I can show you how we have fun to stay out of jail too.
That's crazy. Look, and then one of the charges. Let me just read the charges real quick because he has Oh, wrong one. So, hold on. Wrong window. Look at the charges real quick. It says that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fifth count of sex trafficking of children or by force, fraud or coercion. So they actually have trafficking of children. I'm pretty sure y'all already know, but I just want to put emphasis that there were children or young girls at his parties. We've seen it before they even got locked up. When Justin and King Combs, they was bringing in a lot of they had parties at his crib, and I seen the footage and all that. But I think that's the sixth count. No, the seventh count. Sex trafficking by force. No, that is the seventh count. Sex trafficking of children. So, and we have to mind you, this is only week 1. There's 7 more weeks, so you could imagine who's going to testify. I forgot to even say, I'm pretty sure y'all probably know. But Cassie's mom's is going to testify next week. So literally after dawn, I know it's going to be Kerry Morgan, which is her assistant. She's going to testify. David James, I don't know who David James is. I tried to look him up earlier today. I don't know who he is. Maybe y'all know by now. I don't know. But the mother is going to testify. That was in the article. The moms is going to testify next week. So that's going to be even crazier right there. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be real crazy. So, but let's continue because I didn't know about this trailer. I don't know if anybody's seen this this documentary, and I will watch this after I get off it, and then it's on Peacock. Let me write that down because I'm getting old and may forget. So, Diddy, the making of the band. Hold on, y'all gotta making of the band. All right, I'm gonna make sure I watch that. All right, boom. But let's continue because this all started from his childhood and his best his childhood friend. He's in the damn documentary. He's in it. That's why, and then you have to look at the video that he did with his moms. Remember the video he did with his moms when they was cleaning their system in the IV and all that shit, right? And she told me she could bend over and touch the floor with her palms, and she said flat and all that. So that just takes you back to where all of this shit stemmed from. I'm not trying to beat up on Puff, but at the end of the day, it stems from somewhere. A motherfucker, a character is not just gonna come out of anywhere. You know what I mean? Everything based off where your upbringing, your surroundings. And then as you get older, there's other influence that takes an effect. But when you young, everything, you a sponge, you soak up everything that's in your home, your family, the immediate people around you as you grow up, that shapes and molds you. Before you start really going outside like that. You understand what I'm saying? And having a little freedom or getting older to navigate through this motherfucking world. So, you know what I mean? A lot of that plays a part. But any motherfucking who, I just want to, because y'all heard all the shit already, but I just wanted to, go back and see, to show you where it came from. And they should have Janice's ass on the goddamn stand and interrogate her ass. But anyway, on the weekend, Combs party in the house. And we did that a lot, he said. He was around all types of alcohol. He was around reefer smoke, drug addicts around, lesbians around, homosexuals. He was around pimps and pushers. That was just who was in our house. In our house, people that attended the parties were from Harlem, from the streets. It wouldn't be a thing to mistakenly walk into a room, to one of the bedrooms, and you would get a couple in there butt naked. Elsewhere in the forthcoming documentary, Combs was also having sex with underage girls. The trailer for the doc also detailed Combs' allegedly affinity for red bottoms, which the mogul allegedly associated with intercourse. Anytime in the studio or any room is red, he's making love and sex. The anonymously person claims Diddy. Some of the girls who were in the room for sure were underage. And like I said before, I really think he had sex with his moms. There's no fucking way. I think he really had sex with his moms. He had to have sex with his moms because it just shows body language don't lie. Love is love. Yeah, God bless your soul, man. I kiss my moms on the lips as grown. You know what I mean? But not on no crazy shit. Hey, man, I ain't see you in like 2-3 years. And my mom's, you know what I mean? Y'all know that love of no nasty free shit, none of that extra shit. But they shit is totally different. They have a history of all that shit, drugs, sex, all that. So Puffy, he has a background since he was young. So he didn't just come into that. That's learned behavior from his home. But any fucking way, man. Let's continue, man. Let's continue. You said justice for Justin. Okay, I hear that hot shit. Okay. So, like I was saying, right? Like I was saying, I'm on the right one. All right. Now, before I get into that, right? So, all right, I got that. Yes, right. So now, again, I'm gonna say this again. Man. After the footage, the hotel footage came out, right? About the freak off, he said, "Let's do it one last time." She said, "I don't want it to be the last time. I want to freak off for the first time for the rest of our life." And she said, right after that, "Yes, I'm horny. Just got over another UTI." So she's another UTI. Who from a man? You understand what I'm saying? And I think, you know, the prosecution and the defense was kind of tag teaming her a little bit for the simple fact of what they was asking her. But you be fair for your life when, and after rape, you go to right. So she, like her life, like she feared for her life and all that. But after she got raped, she literally went back to him and had sex with him. She left her crib and went to go see him. She left. It wasn't no fear. It wasn't any of that. But she went to his crib and still had sex with him. And then talk on the phone, on the FaceTime to her now husband. That don't sound like somebody that's in fear. That don't sound like somebody who's afraid that she might go missing. You know what I mean? That don't sound like somebody that's a victim. It sounds like somebody who liked the shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like she likes it. You understand what I'm saying? And I want to say something earlier. I did a video earlier and I have to take that back because I took it down because the way the transcript was written, I thought she was talking to Puff, that she was threatening Puff. She actually threatened the Jonathan Adi or Odie, however you want to pronounce it. You know what I mean? She threatened him to basically cut him off. You know what I'm saying? Like cut him fuck up and all that shit. She said, "I want to kill you if you don't show me right now," right? She's her yelling this and the third. She said, "I will fucking hide you. I will kill you and hide you." Now, let me just say something. On the inner press, like I said the other night when I was live, when he be writing down the transcripts and he's posting it on Instagram, on Twitter in real time, he's leaving out a lot of stuff because he's typing as he go, and then he got the post it, so that's leaving time for more words to be said to be missed, and then he put it up and he go back to typing, so everything that's in the press is accurate, but you missing certain key factors, the other stuff that he didn't get. So I think he's doing it by himself. I really think he's doing it by himself. So he's doing a lot of work, man. So salute to, I forgot his name, but the dude from In the Press who everybody is getting the info from. But you know, Tisha Tells and other people that's in it, she's getting the full conversation. And you know what I'm saying? She's not posting, she's just writing it down in the notepad. So she's getting everything that's being said. But In the Press, he has to stop while they talking on certain things and then post it in real time. So he leaves out a lot of stuff, not on purpose, but he's trying to feed us, the public, exactly what's going on right now. So I salute him. So I will go to Tisha Tells in a little bit, but she said, I will kill you and hide you, right? And I never, she said, I'm going to fucking kill you. You're fucking with me. I never kill anybody in my life, but I will kill you. And there's not going to be blood on my hands. Someone else is going to do it. But Puffy definitely told her to make sure, you know, send him this message. Basically, he told her to tell him that. He didn't want to be recorded or anything like that. So he told him, you know what I'm saying, what Puffy basically probably just told her what to tell him. You know what I mean? So in all reality, it's a lot of stuff that's true about these allegations against Puff, and it's going to be hard for this dude. It seemed like it's going to be hard for him to beat it. Now, a lot of the people who's testifying, it's only for us that's not legally savvy, and we just going based off our common sense. But once you prove one time of coercion and force to have sex, that's sex trafficking. So he has a problem. Like he literally has a problem, and he probably not going to beat this. I'm just being honest. At first, I felt like, yo, nah, man, this is not sex trafficking because she was complicit. She was not a victim. She was participating. It's not just that simple. I had to learn that on my own, and I'm going to show y'all in a little while. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. That's the thing that we have to understand, that is he's going to go down. But see, his peoples right now, I don't know if y'all seen the article that they are talking to Donald Trump right now. His inner circle is talking to people that's in Donald Trump's inner circle right now, even though we know Puffy, I think he ran a campaign, or he was connected to some politicians or whatever that was trying to get him out of office, trying to get Donald Trump out of office. So I don't know if Donald Trump is really fucking with him right now. But Puffy's team is literally talking to Donald Trump's inner circle to try to see if he get a pardon. So just be aware. So I'm just giving you the heads up that later on, if he gets convicted, would he get pardoned by Donald Trump, because they have a history. So I just want y'all to keep that shit in mind. All right. And we're gonna go to the special agent right now, and then we're gonna go to Dawn, right? And then we're gonna go to some other stuff. I got y'all. And then I got the what's the name pulled up too with Gene Dill talking about Cassie. That one right there is crazy too. But let's go to hold on one second. I gotta cut this air on. It gets hot in here, man. So if you still here, I can't see the chat. If you still here, good. If not, I don't give a fuck. Thank you anyway. It gets hot in here. Anyway, and we're gonna talk about the Michael B. Jordan shit as well too. Yeah, so we're gonna talk about the Michael B. Jordan and a lot of stuff. All right. So this is Agent Yassine Bender, right? So when I think that's a he. When this motherfucker came up, man, I swear to God, everybody was like, yo, what the fuck is gonna happen right now? But this was a short testimony. But again, this is week 1. This is not it. it's going to get more and more drastic. And let me just say this, the layers, they building this shit in layers. The tear, when they, like day one, this is to build the character on Puff Daddy as a monster, as a controller, as a woman beater, a manipulator, a pimp. So those, what they was doing was building, painting a picture. So that was swayed the jurors like off the rip. So everything after that, because now their mind has been programmed, and I hate to use the word program, but I'm gonna use that right now. Programmed to look at Diddy in that light. And from Cassie's testimony, Dawn's testimony, Kerry Morgan's testimony, Cassie's mom that's going to testify next week, but her testimony, that shapes and molds the jurors' perception of you. And once they have a perception of you, it's locked in from the beginning. So that's why in stages, this is why they are tactical with their the way that they do their trial. They have to shape the minds of the jurors first. So once they have you locked in like that, and they like, this motherfucker's a monster, then everything else that becomes evidence becomes guilty automatically. But see, she was caught in some lies today. She was caught in some lies, and then there's how many men? There's men on a jury. So today, when she lied about the 10 million, this, that, and the third, we'll get into that as well too. Some of the men is going to look at her as a I don't want to say a whore or opportunist or trying to get to that bag, or you know what I mean. They're going to look at it a little different instead of a victim, because she loved the sex. She was excited about having these freak offs. You understand what I'm saying? Like, she was a participant. She wasn't just a victim. Not saying she wasn't a victim, but just a victim. She was a participator. She was in concert. You know what I mean? She was a co-conspirator. And let's not forget that she was around. There's a picture of him, Puffy, and Kim Porter and Cassie at an award shit. Like, he got his arms around both of them. He probably smashed them at the same time. They maybe not bring it up in a situation. I don't know. But at the end of the day, we have to understand something. It all depends on the juries, because at the end of the day, the state needs 12 people to unanimously decide guilty, but they only need one person for it to be a hung jury. But anyway, so let's go to, I think it's right here, right? So, okay. So Agent Yasin Bender, excuse me. So in the human trafficking group, I am the crisis negotiating group 2. Did you serve subpoenas in this case? Yes. When Sean Combs was arrested, where did you go? The Park Hyatt, room 2115. Where was he staying? They showed the photo. Where did you go? We assigned a letter to each room and began to search. What was your role? I took photographs of items, then signed them on a 6051 form. Was this found in the was this found in the closet? Anyway, plastic bags full of Johnson & Johnson's baby oil. This nigga just slipping and sliding, slipping and gliding. And Astroglide bottles. What was found in the bathroom? Several bottles of baby oil. Don't forget the picture when they ran up in his mansion, whatever which one it was. That is real pictures. Thousands of fucking baby oils. Oh, that is insane. And let's keep in mind, they tested baby oil. None of them possessed, or at least the ones when Cassie was performing these freak offs, there was no GHB in it. Now, what's going to happen later on during the trial when they do present evidence? Because you know they tested everything. They tested each and last bottle to see if it has just one bottle that's full with GHB. That sets it all. It don't need to be 1,000. They're gonna test 1,000 bottles to see if GHB or any other narcotic or substance that's in there. So if they find that, that's just please their case. And then what they found in the bag, that's transporting. That's a criminal enterprise right there. That's crossing state lines. That is drug smuggling. Even if you just because you're doing it for pleasure, that's still illegal. Especially in big quantities. You're going across state lines with drugs to perform sexual acts and give people illegal drugs. That's drug smuggling. So his business, his assets is gone. I'm saying I don't want to believe it, but Diddy is done. But anyway, what was found in the bathroom? Several bottles of baby oil. The bedroom. What was found in the Louis V bag? Medication in the name Frank Black. So we got Puff Daddy, we got Diddy, we got P Diddy, we got Take That Diddy, we got fucking now we got Frankie fucking Black, but you know I call him NND, you know what I'm saying, Nipple Nut Diddy or Mr. Seaman Rub. That's his name. He got a lot of names, man. But it says, and that is bags of pink powder found in a medicine bottle. Now I'm thinking that shit was in some kind of liquid, but no. Stipulation shown agreeing it was found and tested by Customs and Border Patrol Lab. Hold on one second. I don't know what the fuck is that. I gotta put my shit on. What's the name? Yeah, they still trying. Come on, bro. Get out of here. Still trying. Hold on. I'm sorry about that. I can't see the chat, y'all. Can you please share? I will gladly appreciate you. Please share. Hit that like button if you haven't. I will gladly appreciate you, right? So the pink powder, it said power, the pink power. The pink powder was found to be ketamine and MDMA in a bottle, which is Molly. All right. The evidence passed around to the jury shown on what was found in the bag, mini pink bag, $9,000. So they was in there showing the money and all that shit like that and fanning the money. And this is what I'm saying. It took a long time for him to come back to say no further questions, because we just sitting there like, yo, all right, damn, what else? What else? And I think Tisha Tells have more of the of what was said in this point, because literally after this, I don't know his name, so I'm just gonna call him Inner City Press. What's his name? I think his name Russell. Let me see. All right, I'm just gonna call him Matthew. His name is Matthew Russell. So Matthew Russell didn't type back. Like, he took a good 20 minutes to write this. No further questions. Any cross-examination. So Tanag Garagos said, in the hotel room, did you see any bags of clothing indicating that a woman was staying with him there? Yes. Now, a female that's there, that's gonna be crazy too. Now, whoever that female is, she might have to, she might testify. It all depends. Is she gonna take the rap? I don't think so. She probably want to play victim too and sue him too. Maybe she got a story, and she's on hotel footage being there. So she been questioned. This is why this is only week 1. We got 7 more weeks. We can only imagine the evidence that the state has. Now, at the beginning, we kind of feel like that it ain't nothing right now, but the bombshells is happening. Like, it's really insane right now. And I really feel, I don't want to say I feel sorry for him, but this man, he has a long track record. He has a track record of what he's, he has a track record. And I will open the floor too. Let me see something. You said, Mike, yes, let me see. Cassie was also notably enraged that Diddy wouldn't marry her. Absolutely. And she was telling, she was like, I want you to be with, I want you to be with me. I want to be treated, I want to be first instead of Kim Porter and Gina, something to that effect. I'll find it. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a lot that she did, and she knew what she was a part of. Like, she knew, and she was jealous. And then she fucked Michael B. Jordan, son. So when she was in South Africa, doing the movie Happy. I never heard of Happy. It's Happy 3. What was Happy 1? That's a cartoon or something? I don't fucking know. But she seen Puffy in a picture with Gina. This is in 2013. Mind you, she was with him since 2006, right? So she's seen a picture of Diddy in her. And she fucked Michael B. Jordan and sent the video to them. She sent the video. Well, that's what it said. Am I tripping? So at the end of the day, she can't just play victim. And that's what I'm saying. They both fucked on each other. That's why I was thinking first that, like, this is not sex trafficking. This is a domestic violence relationship. They both are, accusing each other of infidelity. They both accusing each other of cheating. They doing drugs with each other. They are fighting. They are being jealous. She said she was very jealous of Kim. She was very jealous of Gina, but she said, I know, she said, I don't want to be the side chick, but I'll still treat you like a king. What does that tell you? She is complacent. And why? Because she don't want to leave this situation and be at, be in the situation where she was before. She, you know what I mean? She don't want to, live modestly, if you will. You understand what I'm saying? So she is not fucking innocent. And like it says here, it was part of being his girlfriend. She said yes. In the freak of, hold on, I gotta go up. You knew Mr. Combs' sexual preference was freakos, right? She said, I've learned. It was a part of being his girlfriend. So from the rip, she already knew what it was. From the rip, she knew what she was getting into. From the rip, she signed up for it. I know she didn't sign up to get beat up and coerced and all that stuff. It's some fucked up shit Diddy did. Don't get me wrong. I'm not defending his fuckery. He definitely did her dirty and controlled her, just like Dawn said, hit her upside the head with the skillet. Matter of fact, let me just go to her real quick. Let me go to her. And I would like to get some of y'all ladies thoughts and stuff like that too, man. I want to hear some women's energy. You know what I mean? Okay. Yes. The United States may call its next witness, this and the third. So we got Dawn Richard, right? Oh, and Kalina, the other girl from Danny Kane, she came out as well in reply to Dawn Richards. I'll pull that up in a minute, right? All right. From 2004 to 2011, who did you work for? She said Puff Sean Combs. Do you see him? Yes. She's like, right there, nigga. Right over there. Right? Who was depicted in this photo? Cassie. In 2009, did you observe an incident between Puff and Cassie? She was attacked by Sean and kicked so for so on. Did you see more violence by him against Cassie? Often. Shown Dirty Money shown. Why I said Danny Kane? Excuse me, Dirty Money. I said Danny Kane. I take that back. I said Danny Kane. Those are the white girls group with like one black girl in the group. So I take that back. My bad. From Dirty Money. I know I said that earlier, so that's my bad. Take it back. All right. So when were you a member of this group? 2009 to 2011. The incident of 2009 was Sean Combs beat Cassie, right? Where was it? It's Sean's LA home. We were recording. What did he do? He was saying, where the fuck is my food? He grabbed a black skillet with eggs and tried to hit her over the head with it. Cassie dropped to the ground. What did she do? She went into the fetal position. Now, when I read this earlier this morning, when she went into that fetal position, do you remember the video? You remember the video when Diddy taped her? Put it up online when she was on the floor under the blanket in the fetal position. See what I'm saying? Remember that? That was one of those situations. And when you put stuff on the internet, bro, and you delete it, somebody always downloaded it and kept it. It's never going to go away. So people, please be easy what you do, because the internet, especially if you're a celebrity, oh no, they're gonna keep that because motherfuckers want to do content. So that shit gonna be on 1,000 different platforms. It's over. So that right there, soon when I heard that, when I read that, I literally, that picture, that video came into my mind like immediately. What did she do? She went into a fetal position. Then what? Sean Combs was kicking her in the head and body, and then dragged her up to the first floor, well, still up the stairs. Glass breaking and yelling. I was scared for her, and for me too. Did you intervene? No. Did you call the police? No. The next day, what happened next? That it has been passionate, and she was okay. That it will be better if we didn't talk. That people could end up missing. Excuse me. How did you understand that? Death. Now, when I heard a little bit of Tisha Tells a little earlier, after I came back from watching the Knicks game, because we had a good time watching the whole Knicks game, but she added more to what was said. So I might go to that too. And I wrote down the marker. Like I just took little key points to go back to listen to, because I'm looking for what was missing out of this thread right here. Because again, like I said before, Matthew Russell is literally typing and trying to feed the public all this information that we are all getting before certain people like her and other people go live and give us this, the actual what took place or whatever. So we miss a lot. So he's a one-man army doing this shit by himself. So I salute this white guy, salute the inner press for doing it. So and I was trying to I'm gonna go fuck who see this or whatnot, but and I say this respectfully because I respect my elders, but Infamous Sylvia called me the other day, right? I forgot what time it was. I was asleep, so I missed the phone call because I usually have my phone on silent anyway. And so some hours went by. So when I woke up, I'm like, oh shit, she called. So instead of calling her, I text her like, yo, what's up? What's going on? You called or whatever. So she just looked at it and just didn't say nothing. So I said, all right, I don't know what's going on. But I did see on Facebook that she was trying to go to the trial, and she actually made it to the trial. So I ain't think none of it. I didn't really think anything of it. But I said, what's good? And she just seen it. You know, it show you that you've seen it, but never responds. So I'm like, all right, I take all things into consideration before I start thinking crazy. I take all things into consideration before I start thinking like, are you trying to play me? Or whatever the case may be. You call me. I ain't think about you. You call me. You know what I mean? I ain't speak to her in a long time, but I got a lot of respect for her. I really do. So I'm not saying this to disrespect or whatever. So if you send this to, I know it's gonna be somebody, yo, Mike said something about. I know how y'all are. So what? Do it now. But I say all that to say, so I said today, I'm like, yo, because I'm looking at, the Tisha Tell shit. She's there. Like all of them is in the same building, so they doing their thing. So I'm like, damn, let me call Sylvia to see, like, yo, why you not live right now? Because you have actual information. So I called. She never picked up. You know what I mean? And then I know I was gonna go to my people's crib and watch the Knicks game. So I said, let me go get some rest. Let me recharge and rejuvenate. So let me take a little nap to get myself together, then go out. You know what I mean? So I'm good. So, but I called her before I did that. I called and I was like, yo, call me. So when I wake up, like a few hours later, like 3 hours later, I took a little 3.5 hour nap or whatever, something like that. And it shows that she's seen it and don't call me. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm trying to see what you should be doing. So I don't know. I don't mess with weird people, some tiny people, or anything. So I don't know if you think somebody was trying to use you, or I never did. So you can't say I ever did. I just called to say like, yo, son, what's up? Yo, you want to do a show, or why you not going live? What's going on? I'm looking on your Facebook, but I didn't look at Facebook. I'm looking at your YouTube page. You ain't got a video on it. I'm looking at your Instagram, just 2 pictures of when you was there. That's it. I'm like, so I'm trying to see what's going on. But I say all that to say, like, damn, that's why I don't really rock with people like that. But salute to you, hope all is fucking well. Kiss my ass. But let's keep it pushing. So I blocked that ass. So I don't kiss anybody's ass. I've never been that kind of dude. So once you show me 1 time, 2, I give you 2. After that, then that's just that. It is what it is. No love lost. But you called me. So, but let's keep it pushing. So at the end of the goddamn day, so when Don literally dropped this bombshell here, it's gonna get even worse. It's gonna get worse right now. It's gonna get way worse because this is gonna. We don't know what other stuff that she's gonna say. She's been around for 2 years, I think. Yeah, 2009, 2011, 2 years. So I'm pretty sure she's seen a lot. They went on a tour. They was in the studio together. You know what I mean? So you could only imagine the shit that they saw, and he threatened her as well. Don't forget, he threatened the girl from what was that? Is it that Making the Band? Or Day 26, or the day that he came, one of them, they was dancing, and she's the choreographer, and he told her that you would end up missing and shit like that. This dude have a track record. I know a lot of us don't want to see him go down, and understand with the black man, there's so many white people doing so much weird and crazy shit, and they don't get locked up, especially like Clive Davis, who molded his ass too. You know what I mean? But this guy have a fucking track record. He has a long history, and he put fear in. I want to say the whole industry. And then niggas know he tied with Jay-Z. That's a powerhouse. You know what I'm saying? So Puffy, he was, before a lot of these people got into the game, Puff was already he was a multi-millionaire. By 95, after 97, really, he was a millionaire from the deal that the advancement that Clive Davis gave him. So he put that all to the music. You know what I mean? Mary J, Craig, and really Biggie was really Biggie. That's when he really started the Bad Boy. So it was really when Biggie, the end of Craig Mack's career, the beginning of Biggie's career. He got that money. So he was a multimillionaire too, but it was all pushed into the music, and you know he had to pay that back with interest to Clive Davis and so on. So I say all that to say, since I would say 97, but he been in the game since 94. So he been in this game for a long time. So he built notoriety. He built connections and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And he had money, so he could. You know what I'm saying? So people were scared of this dude. So he put a lot of fear in a lot of people. He really did. He put a lot of fear, which is unfortunate because people think like he one of them, like a lame nigga, or like he just a dancer, like this, that, and the third. But the dude was feared, like literally feared in the industry by some of the people you may think that's one of the hardest. Niggas was scared of Diddy because money can buy your death, can buy you getting missing. So a lot of people feared this guy. If people don't want to believe it or not, because they think they could probably beat him up in a one-on-one. But with people with money, they're not going to do a one-on-one. They're going to find somebody to take care of you. So he was very feared for many, many fucking years. And you can tell by Ryan Leslie's interviews. You can tell by Al B. Shaw interview, even current. He ain't really want to say too much, but he said what he needed to say. And so many others niggas feared Puff. So you can only imagine who's going to testify. All right, but let's continue. Oh yeah, about the 10 we get into that. Hold on. Let me see. Let me look in the chat. All right, some of y'all still in here. Cassie and Diddy is both freaks. The defense showed that Gina seen a few Diddy's text messages to another woman and smashed his head against. Right. They were freaky. Diddy the senator. Hold on, let me highlight that because you see that the defense showed that Gina seen a few of Diddy's text messages to other women and smashed his head against a kitchen cabinet. Yeah, I read that. We're gonna scroll up to that right now. Listen, if anybody want to jump on the panel real quick, y'all could, man. I ain't gonna try to be here too long though, because I know it's late as hell. And hopefully y'all did share. Hopefully y'all shared. So if anybody want to jump on, y'all could right now. Diddy's weird. But he had rappers trembling. They thought he would end up expiring unalive, car blown. Yeah. Listen, a lot of people do fear him. I'm telling you. All right. You said I don't trust Tisha Tell. She made a bunch of videos about Shaquella Robinson. It sounded like she was trying to be overly dramatic for views. I never really watched her until like recently. I ain't gonna lie, I heard of her, but I didn't really watch her until literally this Diddy trial because she was actually there. So, but I know she's a little bit one-sided. And I mean, she has a reason to. She's a female, and whatever the case may be. But I felt like Cassie should be held accountable for the things that she's done as well. You understand what I'm saying? Absolutely. True Bleed, what's up, love? How you doing, cutie? What's up, love? What's that? Michael Wiggins was popping. If anybody want to jump on, you can, man. But let's hold on. How long I've been here? 49 minutes. All right, that's pretty good. All right, yeah, I'm gonna definitely watch that. Yeah. All right, so let's hold on. I told y'all that his mom's gonna her mom's is gonna testify. Hold on, I have to pull something. I read that already. Hold on, excuse me 1 second. I got some stuff pulled up as well. Where that's at. Oh yeah, and then all right. So if anything, before I get into Cassie's testimony, let me read this to you. This is why I'm going to show y'all. Well, I'm going to tell y'all why he's going to be convicted of sex trafficking. If y'all done followed me and y'all heard my thoughts in it, you know that I felt otherwise than what I'm saying right now. I want y'all to really listen to this right now. Really listen. Really listen. It's not going to be too lifty, but just listen, please. All right, I just want to make sure I got everything okay. All right. Just check this out, y'all. Hold on. He's going to jail. I don't want it to be that way, but it's legally, it's going down. Legally. All right. All right, let me make sure I got it together. All right. All right. All right. All right. Check it out, man. Check it out. Let me take a sip. What is sex trafficking? What is sex trafficking legally? Under the U.S. federal law, the Trafficking Victims Protection Act, sex trafficking involves recruiting, harboring, transporting, providing, or obtaining a person for a commercial sex act through force, fraud, or coercion, or if the person is under 18, regardless of consent. You're going to hear a lot of consent. That means participating, willing. I know y'all know, but just for the slowies in the back, just please listen. Can sex trafficking occur in a consensual relationship? Yes. Consent does not automatically remove potential sex trafficking charge if coercion, threats, or manipulation were used. One party had control or power over the other. In parentheses, financial, emotional, professional. That is all three. Now, sidebar, you know when they asked her about sending, if she could, she would send that 20 million back. She said she would to get back her agency and something in love. It's still talking about the relationship too. If things was like good between them, she still wanted to be with him. So let's not forget about that. But however, this is legally not what we perceive things to be. Even though you're right and I'm right, how I feel that, hey, man, this is not sex trafficking, man. This is a toxic ass relationship. This is two people that be beating up on each other. There's one that do more beating than the other. But you know what I'm saying? They taking drugs from each other. They it's infidelity. They blaming each other. What relationship don't go through that? A lot go through that. Not all. So if it don't apply to you, then nigga, it ain't you. But it's common. So be like, that ain't sex trafficking. This is a domestic violence case or relationship. Again, can sex trafficking occur in a consensual relationship? Yes. I'm gonna read it again. Consent, initiating. I know y'all know what that word means, but consent does not automatically mean remove potential sex trafficking charges if coercions, threats, or manipulation were used. One party had control or power over the other. Financial, emotional, professional. And that's all three in that relationship. Force, or threats were used to involve others or exploit someone. We have that in this case a lot. Legally, what if they attended sex parties together? These are my questions. Even if both parties voluntarily engage in sex parties or a sexual lifestyle. Excuse me, I read it right, but the cadence. Even if both parties voluntarily engage in sex parties or a sexual lifestyle. If others were exploited at these parties, especially via coercion or underage involvement, it could lead to sex trafficking charges. If Cassie or someone else was coerced or manipulated into sex acts for Diddy's benefit, sexual pleasure, financial, or not really because he's paying for or giving her the money to pay for, reputational status, or otherwise, that could legally, the key word is legally, and consent, two highlighted keywords, that could legally be considered. That can help because it's considered. It could be considered or it can't be, depending on whatever. But hey, consider trafficking. Relevance to Diddy Cassie case. Without verified legal findings, it's inappropriate to claim guilt or innocence. However, allegations related to coercions, NDAs, payments for silence, or threats can be relevant. This plays into Jonathan Odie because he had an NDA and it says that he was paid $5 million settlement to keep his mouth shut. I'm pretty sure y'all seen the papers. So people would think, and I said this too, excuse me, if you had an NDA, you got a settlement, why are you testifying or about to testify in this case? Here it is. Without verified legal findings, it's inappropriate to claim guilt or innocence. However, allegations related to coercion, NDAs, payments for silence, or threats can be relevant in court to determine patterns of control or abuse, which are central to trafficking cases. Relationships that involve power imbalances. He has the power, she don't. So that is an imbalance. It's not equal power. It's an imbalance. Relationship that involves power imbalances, especially when combined with money, fame, or influence, are often scrutinized under trafficking laws. If there's any suggestions of exploitation, it's ultimately up to the investigators in courts to assess whether a crime occurred. Now, not done. Hold on. Now let's talk about Diddy in the Cassie situation. A breakdown whether the relationship that involves sex parties could legally cross the sex trafficking territory. You might think, but they were in love, right? Well, not so goddamn fast. Now, sex trafficking under the U.S. law is when someone recruits, transports, or provides a person for sex acts in exchange for something of value through force, fraud, or coercion. If the person is underage, no coercion is needed. It's automatically trafficking. Consent becomes irrelevant if force, manipulation, or threats are involved. I want to say that one more time. Consent becomes irrelevant if she's forced, manipulated, or threats are involved, which we done heard throughout the case. So we saying legally, regardless of consent, regardless of her text that she's saying, well, I just got raped, I'm gonna come back and go fuck you and be on FaceTime while my husband is at home watching me. You understand what I'm saying? Told you, it only takes one. So again, we are saying this is the answer to all of our questions, even mine. That's why I am singing another tune right now, because legally, even though she consented to a lot of what's going on, that shit becomes irrelevant when it became to the point where it was forced. You know what I mean? And manipulated her and blackmailed her by saying, you better do it or I'm going to release these damn tapes. That's blackmail. That's manipulation. That's coercion. That's bribing. That's throughout the whole thing. And she said in the transcripts that at some point she didn't want to do it. No, she didn't want to do the freak offs no more. But she did. And then to be honest, and a lot of the stuff that she was saying, she knew the right things to say to Puff because she didn't want to say the wrong things because the man still had power. If you've been around somebody who was powerful and you know this motherfucker will have you missing or beat up or killed or whatever, and this man been getting over for 30 plus years. He's connected. People been in fear of this guy for 30 years. So imagine her, right? I'm not kicking when he's down. I'm just being honest. Imagine knowing that you can't really go to nobody because this man arms is too long. He can reach and touch any and everybody. So she knew not to say certain things that'll get him upset. Because if you got a 30-year and you know, Gene Deal said when Biggie, right before they went to the fucking Vibes Awards, man, this is where it get personal for me. That's why I don't fuck with Puff. Because I love Big, son. He said, yo, Puff came to the top of the stairs with Kim. God bless you, so beautiful. And yo, they said, yo, don't go to the party. One of us gonna die out there. I don't give a fuck if Puff. I don't give a fuck if Puff, if Pac died or Biggie died or if what's the name go to jail? Suge Knight go to jail. A lot of things, and it was said that the dude said it was something that that he got Biggie killed or some shit like that or whatever, set the whole thing up because he know he was better off dead than alive, and he was leaving. And remember, don't forget about what he said about giving Biggie's giving up his publishing, that his over his dead body or something like he won't give it to him even if his bones are his body is full of ashes or some shit. Like, it's been a long time since I read that article that he won't give Biggie his publishing after the man died. But you smiled on TV talking about, yo, I didn't. That was my brother, man. Man, we was our brothers, and we was gonna get this tattoo of a scripture. We're gonna put it. We go tattoo Psalms 23. Get the fuck up out of here, y'all. Stop acting like we don't know what kind of devious monster that we dealing with. You understand what I'm saying? Even though I understand that this girl played a part in a lot of it, but still, you have to let's not over nah, son. But anyway, let me continue, man, because I don't really like Diddy. I'm just letting you know that I'm just trying to be fair and objective and look at both parties in this case. You know what I'm saying, and not just judging. I'm just giving my thoughts, right or wrong, on both sides, right or fucking wrong. I don't take back nobody's sides, but I don't like Puff. I'm gonna be honest. Just everybody else, but the whole Biggie shit, that right there for me, because I went through hell when that man died. So I'm not gonna get into that story again. But let's continue again. I can't see the chat, but if you're following me, thank you. If you ain't hit the like, please do, goddamn. But anyway, I'm gonna read it again. Sex trafficking under U.S. law is when someone recruits, transports, or provides a person for sex acts in exchange for something of value through force, fraud, or coercion. If the person is underage, no forcing or coercion is needed. It's automatically trafficking because she's underage or he's underage. Now, consent becomes irrelevant if forced, manipulation, or threats are involved. This is legal terms, and all of that is in this case. Now, again, it all depends on the jurors. It takes 12 to unanimously find them guilty. It takes 1 for a hung jury. So it all depends on how this shit plays out. I'm telling you, this nigga better bribe somebody. He better spend that money. According to Tisha, he don't got no fucking money. The 50 million, but no, his mother got all the money. They better fucking find one of these goddamn jurors, follow him and shit like that, and leave us a special note in a bag, ring their doorbell, and they open the door, they open the bag, and they see a bag full of like $1 million, and a note that says, nigga, we ain't gonna bother you, but just take this money. It is yours. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That is best bet. But anyway, I'm gonna continue, man. Can sex trafficking happen in a relationship? Yes. I'm gonna say it again. Can sex trafficking happen in a relationship? Yes. Just because two people are dating or married doesn't mean it's not trafficking. Now, if one person uses power, threats, or control to pressure the other into sex, especially for a third-party gain, that's trafficking. Example, do this or I will ruin your career. That's coercion. Do that sound familiar? You better do this shit, bitch. Or I'm going to show everybody the motherfucking tape. Legal terms, that right there, those are grounds for sex trafficking. We talking legal, not even though our common thread, our common sense is kicking in. It's like, yo, nigga, she participate. You hear what she's talking about? You hear this shit? That's not sex trafficking. That's a domestic violence relationship. Legally, that's sex trafficking. What about the parties? Cassie and Diddy allegedly attended sex parties. But here's the legal catch, motherfuckers. If someone is coerced to attend or participate, that's not consent. If drugs, threats, or manipulation were used to control Cassie or anyone else, it is absolutely qualified as trafficking, even if it looked consensual from the outside, which is us. Let me see. I don't know. Let me see if y'all listening. I'm pretty sure some of y'all listening, right? I hope y'all listening. Yeah, are y'all good in there? Even though it's 95 people, that's fine. It's all good. It's all good. I don't trip. But are y'all good? I hope. Well, press one, motherfuckers. Shit, I want to know, motherfuckers. All right. Hold on. Shit, where I'm at now. All right. Why this case matters? If allegations of control, threats, NDAs, and payment for silence are true, prosecutors can build a case for sex trafficking and conspiracy, which conspiracy is not in there. Even in elite circles, abuse of power for sex doesn't get a pass just because someone is rich, famous, or in a relationship. In closing, at the end of the day, it's not about who someone is dating. It's about how they are treated behind closed doors. And if that involves coercion, manipulation, or silence through fear, it might be trafficking. Now, oh, damn, I forgot. Well, listen, but check it out. This is good. Voluntarily returning to a partner. Check it out, man. Check it out. Voluntarily returning to a partner, even for sex, does not automatically mean there wasn't trafficking, abuse, or coercion involved. Just listen to this real quick. I have a little issue with this, but it makes you think. Just check it out. And I know y'all understand why it says that, or why I said that, if anything, because that's what she did. She still went back, even after being raped, she went back. You know what I mean? And that was in 2018, August of 2018. So that's kind of crazy. You still went back. And they said, well, why did you go back? Because we've been together for 10 years. But you ran away and went to Alex Fine. But let's break that down. Why returning doesn't cancel out abuse? Many victims of abuse or coercion return to their abuser multiple times. It's called the cycle of abuse. And it's well documented in psychology and criminal law. Victims may come back because of financial dependence, emotional manipulation, fear of retaliation, belief they have no other options, grooming and trauma bonding. Even if Cassie asks for even if Cassie asks for more freak-offs or seem to enjoy them on the surface, the legal question is, was that request made under true free will, or was it shaped by psychological control, manipulation, or fear of consequences if she didn't? Oh, all right. I a little bit disagree, but I'm actually understanding the legal terms. Legally, here's what matters. Did he use force, fraud, coercion to control or pressure Cassie into sexual activities, especially with others? Were the freak-offs part of a pattern of grooming where Cassie felt she had to participate to stay safe, relevant, or protected? Was there an imbalance of power being used? If so, it could still be considered sex trafficking, even if Cassie came back willingly at times. Think about this. A person can be coerced into believing they want something, even if it harms them. That doesn't make the coercion any less real. It just makes it harder to recognize from the outside. Bottom line, man. Cassie returning, texting, or even requesting sex acts doesn't erase potential trafficking or abuse. Courts look at the totality of the relationship, power dynamics, and whether free will was comprised. If coercion was involved at any point, consent becomes complicated and trafficking can still be on the table. Now, that's insane right there. So that alone just shows you we are all on the outside looking in, and we all have our thoughts on this. I think she was she knew what she signed up for because they asked her, you know what I mean, that in order to be with him, you had to do sex parties. That was a part of being in a relationship with him. She said yes, she knew that. So at the end of the day, that's something that she got into early. She dove in face first. You know what I mean? Off the rip, start doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? So our thoughts. See, we not the jurors, so we on the outside looking in. We are not there. Go to jail or not. And some of them may look at public opinion, and I'm talking about the jurors and stuff like that. They may, but they're gonna look at what the determined factors of the evidence at hand and stuff like that. So we looking at it. I'm looking at it as, hey, it's not sex trafficking. It's a fucking domestic violence case. That's exactly what it is. A domestic violence case is no more, no less than that. That's what it is. But legally, if there's coercion, manipulation for the benefit for them, that's sex trafficking. Blackmailing and the threat of blackmailing or exposing you, even if you're in a so-called relationship, that is still considered trafficking. So again, that's why at the beginning of this trial, since day one, this is day 5, they are going to have people testify about his character and the things that went on. All of that builds a case on the coercion, the manipulation, the blackmail, the abuse. And I think he's bipolar as well too. He's chemically imbalanced for sure. Chemically imbalanced, but he's smart as hell. You know what I mean? And he can't just act like he didn't know what he was doing, because he was very conscious of what he was doing to her. Very conscious of what he was doing. So it's not like he's clinically insane to whereas he could claim insanity. Nah, you're a very conscious man, very smart man. We got 30 years of seeing of how good of a businessman he is. A great man, a great thinking mind, or entrepreneurship mind. So you have to have some kind of smarts or be conscientious of what you're doing. So you can't play insanity. You can't hardly blame the drugs. You can in certain instances, absolutely. But absolutely, that's not the determinant factor. It plays some part, but it's actually you. So this whole thing is just crazy, man. And it's not looking good for him. And I'm gonna be honest. I don't wish this, but he's not getting off. If I was a juror, I would be on the fence right now. Yeah. I mean, of course, you'd be on the fence for the simple fact of all of the things that she have said. You understand what I'm saying? But let me play this, because a lot of this stuff that y'all already heard already. Y'all already heard this shit. And then I think I said this already. I don't want to. Yeah, I already read that, but she said that's after when the video came out of the hotel video, whatever day that was. He asked her, let's do a free go for one last time. She said, I wanted to be the first time for the rest of our lives. What did you say after that? Yes, I'm horny. Just got over a UTI. This is a nasty bitch. I hope she ain't got no boogie monster, but she got $30 million. She got $20 million and $10 million from that damn hotel shit. She's killing it. And watch that's gonna, I feel sorry for these rappers right now. I feel sorry for all, and I'm just gonna say black entertainers. Black NFL players. Antonio Brown just got arrested for shooting. I think he shot somebody. Somebody got shot at a some event. So he probably go to jail for a long time. Who knows? But Anthony Brown was on footage shooting, and his ass got locked up. So, but I feel sorry for the hip hop community, because now these girls is like, nigga, if she could go through that and get a bag. I know a lot of these people's trembling right now. So this should just open the floodgates. And man, some women, I'm not gonna say some men just use some women like trash. And probably some of these money hungry little thoughts is probably gonna try to make a case. So if this is not an eye opener for a lot of these entertainers and athletes and rappers, y'all niggas is stupid. And we have all the examples: Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, and now Puff Daddy. And it was crazy. What's her name? Maria. What is it? Marie Comey, the prosecutor in this case. I'm pretty sure y'all know her father was the prosecutor for Epstein's case. So that shit is in the family of taking niggas down. So yeah, he really got a problem on his hands. So hold on, I'm about to play this video, but I just wanna I'm gonna go through it with you. Just give me 1 second, everybody. Hopefully y'all enjoying yourself. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure some of y'all drinking, some of y'all done smoke, y'all high as hell. Y'all laying down, got your phone, looking at me right now and shit. You know what I mean? With the lights out or whatever. I don't know, man, but thank you for being here. You ain't have to. But if you haven't shared, man, that's the least you can do. Because I know you're not gonna donate. So at least you can do is like share. That shit ain't gonna kill you. Please share. Matter of fact, let's go here. Damn, those are bars too. Thank you everybody for being here. What's up, Queen? Please share, Queen. Michael Wiggins, you share too, motherfucker. You said stalking your alleged abuser, calling from burner phones and seeking their location to rekindle. But that's what I'm saying. But we have. That's what I'm saying. We legally, he is still considered a person of sex trafficking. I'm gonna read that whole thing again too before as I close. I'm gonna read it again. But if anybody want to get on, though, if y'all want to get on, y'all could jump on if y'all want to. All right. So Let's read. Let's read. Wait, hold on. I think I still have some highlighted. Matter of fact, let me read this. Hold on, because I did take majority of the highlights of this case. So let me just read this. So this is about what she was contradicting, right? So Cassie Ventura revealed today that she is expecting $10 million settlement from Intercontinental in relation to the 2016 hotel. Combs' lawyers asked if she had any potential lawsuits. Victoria, I'm just gonna say Cassie. Cassie filed a civil suit against Combs in 2023, revealing yesterday that she received a $20 million settlement. Cassie said no. Now remember, she said no, but later clarifying that she's expected to receive a settlement from the Intercontinental hotel. Shit, why they got to put the whole? Just say the hotel, man. You're just rolling up the tongue. It's just, you know what I mean? Anyway, my mouth dry too. Continental Hotel, bitch. After filing a demand against the hotel, she said she has reached the end of her settlement discussions and has not yet received the settlement, which she estimates at $10 million, but emphasized that she has no financial stake in the results of Combs' criminal trial. Came as a shock to the courtroom, with many people in the overflow room audibly gasping and wondering why the prosecution did not introduce the settlement in their initial questioning. By grilling Cassie about these legal settlements, Combs' lawyers are attempting to convince the jury that she had a financial incentive to levy accusations against Combs. Like it was just a money grab. You understand what I'm saying? She did this out of a money grab. And lawyers are attempting to convince the jury that she had the financial incentive to levy accusations against Combs. Defense attorney Anna Estavo, how do you want to, Estavo, whatever, goddammit, tried to relate the cancellation of Ventura's 2024 international tour with her 2023 lawsuit against Combs, saying she's no longer needed to perform shows for income because she had just received $20 million. Ventura rejected that assertion, saying she canceled the tour. She canceled the tour because the legal process was overwhelming and she wanted to be with her children at the time. Let me just say this real quick. Yeah, I know some people's not going to feel that way, but you're lying. Now, I did look at some of her performances. The one on 106 Park was trash. A lot of the times, like she's good. I'm not gonna lie, she's good. She got a great voice. She's good. Some good songs, man. But we know damn well, bro, you needed the money. You ain't get the 10 million yet. Not saying that you was fully broke, but you ain't have no albums. I mean, Puffy paid for everything, and I think he made sure of that. You know what I mean? You once you knew you was getting that bread. What's the need of performing if you haven't performed in so many years? Well, the last time she did perform was in 2022, because I just seen that before I went live. But nah, come on, son. You know you needed the money. You like fuck that shit. I mean, I'm about to get 10 million. I'm chilling. Why you doing tour? Because you want the money. You want the money. So, but anyway, asked directly by prosecution if she would give back the 20 million if it meant she would have never had to participate in a freak off. Ventura broke down in tears. If I never had to have freak offs, I would have had my agency, and autonomy. She said, sniffling, I wouldn't have to work so hard to get it back. I mean, absolutely. I get it, man. I feel for her in a way. I do. I really feel for her in a way. I do. I feel for her. Why that name sounds so familiar though? Michael Wiggins. I don't know. I know I heard of a something Wiggins. You ain't the gay guy, right? I don't know. But that what is it? Antoine Wiggins? I don't know. You just kind of made me think of that. Because that motherfucker made me pay. That nigga made me pay $200. What's his name? Something Wiggins. Like a couple of years ago, like 4 or 5 years. It was 3 years ago. I can say 3 years ago, this nigga made me pay $200. Yeah, Armin Wiggins. I would never use that nigga video. That nigga coerced me. That nigga said, nigga, I was like, yo, say, yo, can you unflag the video? Can you take it back? He was like, nigga, in an email, I think it was on Facebook. That nigga said, you give me $200, I take that flag back, nigga. I was on that was like my third strike. My channel's about to be gone, son. I gave that nigga 200. I gave that shit to him within like 2-3 days, man. Like, man, take that shit. I would never use that nigga video. Ever. That nigga got his chicken. But anyway, he got his fucking chicken. Shit. Okay? But anyway, we're gonna skim. Hold on. Do I have something else over here? Yeah, I said Cassie Moms is gonna testify. Diddy been doing free course for 20 years and he ain't tired yet. That's crazy. And they found all that stuff inside of that fucking room, that hotel room, man. All of that stuff. You still doing freak offs and all of that shit in the midst of being watched. If that's not the most arrogant shit, that is a problem, though. That is an actual problem. He got issues. And again, like I said earlier, his moms threw sex parties. If this was the fucking 60s or the 60s and going back to 40s and 30s and 20s, that's what you call a brothel, motherfucker. That's what you call that. You call that a brothel. So he's almost like Richard Pryor, because Richard Pryor grew up in a brothel. His grandmother was the madam. She owned that shit and made a lot of money. He's almost, and you see how he turned out a little bit, so God bless his soul, but he was a phenomenal man. But Puffy was around that shit at the age of 4. We need to blame Janice. Why you think Janice Combs looking like how she looking at right now? She looks horrible. And I always say she's fine as hell. I will fuck the shit out of Miss Janice. And I love grown women too. Sexy grown women like that. I would spread her wings, nigga. I will spread her wings and dig. Okay? And I'm a digger. And that's pause for the pause. I'm speaking directly to the females. I don't go that way. You dig what I'm saying? I had a grown, I ain't gonna go to a personal shit. But she was she was like 55, looked good. She was I think she was she Haitian? I think she was Trinidadian, but the lady looked so fucking good for her age. I think she was like 55. She looked at like 45, younger, skin crazy, but she had a little like a mohawk kind of haircut. I don't know why she had that haircut, but she was so beautiful in the face. She was really nice, fam. That's what I was working in Walmart in Jersey, in Kearney, New Jersey. She was very nice, man. Had the big jacuzzi in the bathroom and shit. Man, big ass patio and shit. I used to go after work sometimes, go chill with her. She was a nice grown lady, man. And her legs could stretch too. Woo, I forgot your name, but yeah, I like older women too, man. Shit. Making some cakes and pies and shit. But anyway, Cassie had a 10-album deal. Her first album flopped. Plus her performances were terrible. She wasn't a good performer. I just seen them performance in 2022. She wasn't performing that good. She wasn't performing good, like dancing and the choreography and shit. She tried to. She did good, but the singing was good. The song was good. I only listened to like maybe a minute or two. I gave it 2 minutes, but she was doing the thing. And the song I never heard it. The song is pretty good. So, she's not bad at all. She's not a bad, artist. She just needed to be pushed. You know what I mean? But she was pushed to be a big artist, but she didn't perform at a high level. She did not. She went on big shows here in the United States and Canada, and it wasn't good. Talking about like far as tours and performing and stuff like that. But once she got with Diddy, she stopped getting pushed. And I guess he had other plans with her. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's see here. You found a photo of Mr. Combs with Gina. Yeah. All right. You know what? Yeah. Let's read. And I'm glad I can read it like that now because it'll be like fluent. It's no dead space. It'll keep going. instead of like doing it live as the trial is going on, it kind of dead space because you got to wait for him to add more to the thread and shit like that. But let's go, goddamn it. Either you here or you're not. That's fine. But please share if you don't mind. Please share, man. All right. You say you found a photo of Mr. Combs and Gina while you were staying with your parents in Connecticut, right? Yes. You decided to break up with him, and he didn't threaten you, but suggested couples counseling. I don't know. Okay. 2018, you called it a closure conversation. Mr. Combs was inviting you to Burner Man, right? I forgot what Burner Man is. If anybody remember, I think that's like a restaurant or something like that. I forgot what Burner Man was. I forgot. I never wrote it down in my notes either, to be honest. Yes. I'll read Mr. Combs. You have anger. I wrote, my family knows. I'm not running around telling our business. Again, you have anger. And I wrote, my family knows I am not gonna go running around telling our people business. Excuse me, y'all. Pardon me, for real. She says, I wrote, I don't need you to be taking care of Kim and Gina. I needed you to put me first. I don't need you to be taking care of Kim and Gina. I needed you to put me first. Please read this. You lied to me. She never went away, talking about Kim. It was the nail in the coffin. You meant Gina. The photo. Yes. All right. So she meant Gina. In your civil suit with Mr. Combs, you said he raped you in September of 2018 after you had dinner with him at the Italian restaurant in Malibu, right? Yes. Did you meet with the U.S. government, I guess, on November 30th, 2023? Yes, not the exact date, though. In this meeting, you said the rape took place after Combs returned from Burning Man, right? You said he was acting strangely at that dinner. I don't remember exactly the word. Did you meet the U.S. government on April 8th, 2025? Around then, this message to Facebook or who? Oh my God, damn, Mike. I'm tired too. But yes, FB. Who is that? Frank Black. That's the name he used or whatever. He wrote, I'm in an investors conference. We'll get back to this. You have to stay. You still have love for him, right? I have love for the past and what it was. After yet another sidebar, you wrote, I didn't mean to be a bitch. I just don't get the time. He writes, just need you to be positive. Correct? Yes. So again, this is a relationship. You know what I mean? So she knows there's a lot of cheating going on. So she put herself, she was okay with it. Yes, she wants to be put first. Of course, she knew what was happening. She knew freak-offs was a part of his thing, and she agreed to that. So she knew it was going to be other women involved. You know what I mean? But see, when you accept that, you're going to have to understand there's going to be competition. There's going to be a girl that may look better than you or may look just like you, but the ass is fatter because she's slim. She's pretty, but she ain't got a body. She don't have a body at all. Cassie don't have a body, but she's a very pretty, beautiful girl, but she have no body. So she's gonna look at all these other girls as competition, but this is what you signed up for. And you already know this. You should expect that. Why didn't you expect that? You just wanted to be the madam, the bottom bitch, what they call the main chick, a pimp called a main chick, the bottom bitch. That's what you wanted to be. And she did everything in her power to maintain that or to take that spot because she fucked over 100 men. She wanted to please them. Later on, it just became out of fear too later on. But you was trying to be that bottom bitch from the word go because you had so much competition. You had Kim Porter. You had these other fucking women. Then you had Gina. So it was other women that you was trying to fight for that spot. So you can't be a victim throughout this whole thing. This is what you signed up for. But let's continue, right? This is about a yoga instructor. Yep. What did you write? I've stopped even caring, but you did care. Yeah. So he said, you can date other people. Let's just talk about it. Correct? Yes. Okay. What did you write? I wrote, I do love you. I would just prefer not being one of your girlfriends. See, later on, because she knew what she was going, she knew what she was up against. She knew what she signed up for, but she want to be number one. Let's get up tomorrow night. I'll do studio from 6 to 9. This is her initiating time. You're not scared. You are initiating to be around this guy. He writes, can I hold you? Or are you just going to break up with me? And you write back, we can embrace, LOL. And you want to hug him, right? That's what I said. Of course, man, you know people play that game, but you know you still in love, though. You know there's still love there. That's what I said. Did you have sexual intercourse with Combs that night? I did, right? See what I'm saying? Did you have sexual intercourse with Combs that night? I did. And during that, your now husband FaceTime you, right? Yes. So not only you go to him and he said you could date other people. Out of all the stuff he did, all this stuff. I can't go through everything. We all know everything by now. But you still went back to him. You played it as if you wasn't even gonna give him. You was playing hard to get a little bit. You just do a little studio time from 6 to 9. Can I hold you? Or you just gonna break up with me? We'll embrace. But you gave him the ass and sucked the fucking and it probably did a freak off. Who knows? Okay? Any motherfucker who. And then call you on FaceTime and your husband called you and you lied to your husband. Now people saying that he saved her, he wrote a comment, he wrote a statement or whatever. That boy is in the money right now. Salute to Alex Fine. He is $30 million richer. Do your fucking thug dizzle. Okay? Combs. And stop, whatever. Your now husband didn't know you were with Mr. Combs at the time, right? I don't know what he knew, but you knew he didn't. Girls know, and she hid a lot of stuff, man. She knew what she was doing. She hid it. She wasn't truthful all the way. Cassie was not truthful all the way. She told some half fucking truth. Let me say this. Oh yeah. I'm glad I'm here. Let me read this. Where this at? Let me read this to y'all. Somebody made a good point. Let me read this. Y'all can't see it. Let me see the chat. All right. Some of y'all still here. Okay, cool. Somebody wrote this, said it supports more fonts. So I'll say, and what the prosecution hinted at what they offered Diddy a plea deal. They don't have a strong enough case to get him on sex trafficking and RICO charges. Their biggest chance is linking Bad Boy and his other enterprises to a sex trafficking ring, and they not really doing that. Maybe you could get someone on hiring an escort and having them cross state lines. But if those escorts came by will, answered Craigslist ads by will, kind of hard to say they were enslaved. It becomes a technicality at that point to cling on the literal sense of the word traffic. But really, these escorts came willfully. Now, that's what I say about the escorts. They willfully came. That was willingly. Like they consented. They came on their own. Now, Cassie, that's a whole nother thing right there. That's totally different. But someone else said, I get it. And again, we are week 1 into a 8-week trial. They can't come willingly does not mean they stayed or continue willingly. They have to lay the groundwork for being violent, controllable, and inescapable. This turns the jury against him, irrespective of how they feel about Cassie. It's U.S. versus Sean. Therefore, U.S. has to dismantle his character and perceived charm. You understand? So this is an 8-week trial. We have to literally. Okay, Queen B. But my shit froze. All right, there we go. My shit just froze up for a minute. All right, we good. All right, let's just get right back to it. Again, everybody, if you haven't shared, man, it's not going to kill you to do so. I will gladly appreciate you if you do. Just hold on 1 second. Hold on. Oh yeah, and I gotta play this video too. Just hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me one. Shit, it's not there. All right. All right, cool. Fuck it. All right, I'll go back to that in a minute. All right. Your now husband didn't know. All right. Your now husband didn't know you were with Mr. Combs at the time. I don't know what he knew. You knew he didn't know because you didn't tell him, you fucking liar. So stop acting like you didn't know. Later he discovered it, right? Objection, overruled. You don't know. Excuse me. You don't know your husband were what? Well, he's writing fast, so we have to understand that. You don't know your husband you were raped. Well, you didn't tell your husband you were raped. Not that evening. After Mrs. Porter Memorial Services, you wrote to him that you were going home. Why had he called Kim his soulmate? What was the 11-year? Hold on, come on now. After Mrs. Porter's Memorial Services, you wrote to him that you were going home. Why had he called Kim his soulmate? What was the 11 years all about? That's what she wrote. She said, yes, that was hurtful. At that time, yes. And that's what we're talking about. The thoughts and feelings at that time. Now it's totally different. But in the midst of what your feelings were, right now, got nothing to do with then. Now, after that memorial service, you never saw Combs again, right? I did not. He let you go, right? I never saw him again. I don't know about letting me go. You got married to the love of your life, right? Break. The way the judge like just shut the damn Don Richards testimony, that shit just left us like in a cliffhanger, like, God damn, that's it. Oh yeah, the Puffy's what's the name try to they cut it short because they did a sidebar because they thought it wasn't, her testimony wasn't relevant, but Marie Comey made sure that it was relevant to his character, so forth, so on. But let's continue, man. What state of mind? Wait, hold on. I'm sorry, I skipped something. Yeah, I damn sure did. They're back. Let's get this done before the jury comes. Think they're appropriate for the message to come. We still have issues with phasing. All right, let's get it. All right, scroll. All right, Mrs. Ventura, we almost done here. Thank you. I will read Mr. Combs' messages. You were going to make a beautiful mother. God bless. I said, thank you. God bless. I wrote, we should talk and have some closure. Mr. Combs sent back a tear-face emoji. He said, you were always my ride or die. She said, I thought it was nice. You've been craving that, right? Before. I don't think I was craving now. That's the whole point. It ain't about now. We're talking about in the process thereof. Then, in those moments, you shaped you over 11 years. You shaped each other. Yes. Your husband, a physical trainer. Yes. The house you grew up in Connecticut was relatively modest compared to Manchester. Yes. You were preparing to tour with Matt Tester. Yes, he's an engineer. Once you settle your lawsuit, you cancel the tour, right? Yes, because you no longer needed the money, right? That wasn't the reason. After the hotel video came out, you posted on Instagram that domestic violence is the issue, right? Yes, I still feel that way. Mr. Combs wrote, want to freak up one last time? What did you write? I don't want it to be the last time, goddammit. I want my pussy eaten and beaten by BBC and you be in a corner playing with your Tootsie Roll. I want to freak off for the first time for the rest of our lives. All right? No further questions. Mrs. Ventura, her prosecutor. You were shown this message where you ended. I don't want to freak off for the last time. I want it to be the first time for the rest of our lives. Why did you say that? What did you say after that? Excuse me. Yes, I'm horny. Just got over a UTI. Now, when her own prosecutor asked her that question, a lot of people was like, "Yo, are they tag teaming up against her? Because why would you even if the defense didn't let her finish that whole sentence? Why the prosecutor made it be known to be on the record that she said, I wanted to be for the first time for the rest of our lives? You know what I'm saying? The own prosecutor asked her that question. You should have just skipped over that. However, and she said, yes, I'm horny, just got over a UTI. Like, God damn. But anyway, prosecutor, again, you were shown messages today in which you and Sean were kind of loving. Yes? Did those period ever last? Objection. Overruled, bitch. No, they didn't last. They were down. They did a downswing. Excuse me. Damn, I sound like a What world did Sean open up to you? A world of chaos. That was a good response. You know what I mean? In your 11-year relationship, who did you want to have sex with? Only him at that time. Mm-hmm. When Sean wrote, seduce me all day, baby, what did you do? Write about freak-offs. Bitch, willing participant. Were you able to cancel work obligations for freak-offs? Yes, if I was told to. Okay. When you were shooting the movie in South Africa and you blocked him, how did he contact you? Through her assistant, Mia. He said he didn't remember hurting you. Do you believe him? Not always, because I knew him. There were times he was pretty aware of what he was doing, and excuse me, it's just who he is. I seen him be violent with other people. On the way back from, I'm still Canaan. Oh, when is it Canaan Islands? I don't. That word just gives me Canis. Just abbreviate the shit in the chat. However, it's all good. Kiss my motherfucking ass. Y'all know I can read pretty good, but that one just, you know what I mean? Whatever. Cans, motherfucker. Now let me stop. What did Sean do? He played a video of me having sex with an escort. What he say he'll do? He'll release it. When you got to NY, what did Sean ask for? A freak off, or he'll release it. That's coercion. Again, that's sex trafficking. That's coercion right there. You know what I mean? When Sean wrote, "You ready for the night?" What did he mean? Freak off. What were you afraid he would do if you did not do that freak off? Objection, overruled. I don't know that week. Next question. The judge said that. He's like, nigga, keep it moving. Did you have any doubt that Sean raped you? Objection. Overruled, bitch. I have no doubt. After Sean raped you on August 18th, did you later have consensual sex with Sean, during which your now husband FaceTimed you? Yes. Mm-hmm. Why did you cancel the tour? Well, I already went through that. We all know all that. So what does that? What does that tell you, though? You know what I mean? Let's go to Gene. Let me see how long I've been here. How long I've been here? All right, I'm gonna give it another half an hour. Alex. How is Alex Fine getting the pissy kissy from? I don't know, but yeah. Let's go to this video. And I'm gonna be honest, I did not watch this video at all. So this is gonna be my first time looking at it right now in real time.
Gene Deal, happy to have you back on the platform, man.
Man, we've been here, done that. Let's do it again.
Yes, indeed, man. We got a lot to get into, man. There's a lot going on this week. The first week of Diddy trial. I needed that. I got to get your opinion on that.
Yeah, man. It's a lot of people giving opinions now. At first, everybody was scared to give their opinion, and now they front and center telling all their stories, all they Diddy stories. He gonna break the internet. He gonna break YouTube. You see how many content creators is coming out and giving their opinion on this subject? Hell, man, it's crazy. Yep. So I guess you got a couple of questions for me right now, don't you?
I needed to do that.
Yeah, man, I got a lot to ask you.
All right, man. Hey, before you get started, man, I know most of this stuff is going to be about the trial and everything like that, but I just want people to know that I want to say something regarding the whole trial that came out that I thought that was significant. And another content creator had somebody who came out and spoke on this stuff, and this is about D-Rock. I did a whole, you don't mind if I do this, Mighty, right?
No, break it all down. You got all the time in the world, man.
All right, thanks, brother. I did a whole show. It's called The Biblical Betrayal of Biggie Smalls, where I lined up whatever happened to Big that night that week, and how it got played out and where he lost his life. When I said that D-Rock,
we had one person significantly change their telomere length within 4 days. And that is a quantum phenomenon.
And Puff had Big go to that party. Now, it came out in the trial about D-Rock. Cassie was mentioning a lot of stuff about D-Rock. It's a couple of stories I knew. One, D-Rock told me the story. You understand? When I first was trying to get in touch with Puff. And two, I heard what Cassie had said. But I don't want to address that because I don't know your line of questioning. But I do want to address this, that D-Rock is the one who got Big out the room. And that's when Puff had took D-Rock about all day, and me and Big was in the Winnebago together talking about his whole life story. Big told me his whole life story. I told this 1,000 times, brother. But in the trial, Cassie had said something about D-Rock being head of Puff security after I had left. You understand? And that's when D-Rock had came home. You understand? They all moved out to California, the whole 9 yards. Now, D-Rock let Puff trick him. I don't believe that D-Rock was that sinister and knew what he was doing. I can't believe that he knew what he was doing and getting Big to that party. I knew that Puff may have promised him something. Puff may have promised D-Rock something to help him get Big to that party. Because for some reason, Big had to be at that party because Puff is the one who, and you'll see in Kirk Burroughs' papers, that Puff is the one who scratched out Big trip from going to London and then turned around and lied that Big didn't want to go to London, which was a bunch of crap. You understand what I'm saying? Because he asked Clark Kent to go to London with him.
Thank you, Ebum, for your donation. I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
He asked Clark Kent to go to London with him. And Clark Kent was going to go to London with him, God bless the dead. You understand? Clark Kent told that story. Now, in this trial, Cassie was telling how D-Rock and Puff was trying to line Suge Knight up. But like I said, I'm not going to get into that right now. I'm just going to get into the fact that D-Rock has been with Puff since Big died. You understand? He went and did a little time, and when he was in jail, he was letting everybody know when he come home, Puff was going to take care of him. And he became head of Puff security, making sure Puff was all right. Puff also gave him that clothing line, which was Bully. It was Big's ideal, but it was Invisible Bully. You understand? Gave him that clothing line. They was doing a little work, and he was doing the t-shirts and everything like that. And I guess Puff was actually, paying him back for helping him get Big to that party. I'm glad Miss Wallace ain't here, brother, to see and hear what we're finding out about D-Rock now and the things that he did and how he was, so close to Puff and doing some of the things with Puff. And it's crazy right now. I'm glad Miss Wallace is not here to hear that because she was somewhat fond of D-Rock. You understand? She was really fond of D-Rock. But it's crazy, man, how all this stuff is going out. And I told this story, and now it's become viral on a lot of platforms and a lot of things is going viral on the internet that D-Rock helped line Big up, for that night Big got murdered. You understand? And it was crazy, and it goes through my mind every time I hear something about that when I'm seeing D-Rock hold his head talking about, yo, they got my man, the night Big got shot up. So I just wanted to bring that out there, bro. And you might have some more questioning on that later on or whatever, I don't know. But you go ahead and do your thing, man. That was real big on this trial to me, to hear that come out there like that.
Wow, man. But speaking of Suge, Cassie testified that Diddy stopped in the middle of a freak off when D-Rock came in the room and told Diddy that Suge was at a diner. You know anything about that? Can you break that down?
Well, see, I know two situations like that. See, Cassie told the story on the witness stand about how Puff and her was in a freak off, and then D-Rock intervene or whatever like that, and they masked themselves up in all black, took the guns out the safe, and went to find Suge. You know what I'm saying? Suge even spoke about he glad they didn't find him because a whole lot of other people probably been dead then too, if they would have found him. Now, she testified that, Puff and D-Rock was going to try to unalive Suge. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I do know this, me and D-Rock had a conversation about why he's so close to Puff now. You understand? And he told me he was in a diner, Mel's Diner. I guess it was probably Mel's Diner. That's one of the diners that stay late open in California. He said that he was trapped in there and he ain't have no burners or nothing on him. He ain't have no guns, no nothing. He said he called Puff. Now, this is a story coming from D-Rock. He said he called Puff, and Puff came there. But if Puff would have came in the diner, they would have known something. He didn't come in the diner. He sent Cassie in there with the burners. And Cassie gave D-Rock the gun in the diner. Now, this is coming from D-Rock. The story Cassie told is that it was a whole different story from what D-Rock had told me, because D-Rock said he was in the diner himself. And Puff came down there with the guns, sent Cassie in there and gave him one, and was outside waiting on him to come outside. So that's the story that I knew, and I had already said that and expressed that in one of my shows before.
Now, just remember that he gave J-Lo the gun to go into Club New York as well, too. But we know J-Lo is not going to testify.
Now, the story Cassie told, it was like she saw D-Rock and Puff both put on black and went to go unalive Suge. So those are two different stories that I know of. One from D-Rock and the one we heard from Cassie. It may be the same story, and Cassie just flipped it some kind of way. Because D-Rock told me this years ago. And then maybe Cassie just, flipped it in a certain kind of way because she took the gun to D-Rock, according to D-Rock.
Crazy, man. But to get into this lawsuit, right?
Michael Rogers, thank you. I appreciate for your donation, family. Thank you.
Cassie, she testified that Diddy would force male escorts to urinate in her mouth during freak-offs.
My man, that's a touchy and difficult subject when you're a man and you have daughters. You understand? And that's why we as men need to play a prominent part in our daughters' lives, because you get men like this that's got this corrupt and devious minds that they don't respect womanhood. You understand? That's some nasty, perverted things that you want to have somebody urinate in the mouth of somebody who gonna be talking to you in your face, who gonna be kissing on you, who gonna be
This is Refusion, music powered by AI. Type your idea, add custom lyrics, even remix.
eating food with you. What kind of deviant and crazy mind you have to have somebody do that to somebody that you care about, you supposed to care about, that you supposed to love, man. You know, something is sick about that, brother. You can't tell me that that's some kind of fetish. You know what I'm saying? You know, he didn't outdid R. Kelly with that shit right there, bro. When I heard that, so that's an effed up subject and situation, man. To even imagine that you got somebody doing that to somebody that you supposed to care about and you supposed to be in a relationship with.
Yeah, when I heard that, that was crazy to hear. Disturbing, man.
You can't make this shit up, bro. This is made for Triple X TV. The stories that we're hearing about the things that Cassie has done, and we got these people out here believing that, you know, she made this shit up. She ain't did this with nobody. I ain't seen not one of her ex-boyfriends. I ain't seen not one of the people that she dated in high school or none of that stuff come out and say that she was doing that way before she got to Diddy. So it is disturbing, bro. It's disturbing that he could brainwash her to the point whereas that she believing that she pleasing him and all his fetishes and everything by doing some that she's doing for him, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, she testified that Diddy, he'll rub male escorts cum on his nipples. That's crazy, man.
Bro, what do you want me to say about that? You know, that's some nasty, perverted shit.
That's some,
you know what I'm saying?
Shit.
Bro, when you that high and you into that, that's the, to me, that's the demonic, bro. That's some old crazy other world shit. Excuse me for my language. That's some crazy other world stuff that people in their right minds don't even think of stuff like that, bro.
Real, nigga.
People that's not in a whole sense of being perverted, that's triple X type of shit, man. That's stuff that normal people don't even think of, man.
That's why I call him NND, Nipple Nut Diddy, man. There's no way you should have even come to your mind. I don't even think a person who gets high or even do coke or get drunk will think about telling your shorty to take the man's cum, his seeds, his testicular juices, man, and rub it on your nipples. That is some other shit. That is weird, man. That's some other shit, man. That's crazy.
How high do you get that you want another man
that's insane.
Should I switch to Monday CRM? Updating this field is so confusing. This CRM
juices rubbed on you after dating ejaculated or come on your girl. How high do you get for that shit, bro? I always say this. Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yeah, that's crazy. But do you believe that he'll rub male escorts cum on his nipples? Like, you believe he'll do something like that?
I believe from the witness. The witness said it. The witness said that's what she had to do, and that's what she did. She's being forefront in her testimony. She's telling all the nasty stuff that she did. She said all the nasty stuff that he did. Right now, he's getting his judgment right here on earth, bro. He's hearing all the perverted things he had to see that he was doing, and now that he's not on those drugs, reality is sinking in.
Yeah.
See, when he's all on those drugs and everything like that, it seemed like it was nothing. But now that he's been in jail and he probably ain't getting the drugs, because we know they sneak drugs in jail too. You understand? But he probably ain't getting the drugs. He's sitting there and reality is hitting him, man. He's seeing all the stuff that he was doing, and it probably be a time that he break down in court some kind of way.
Yeah, she also testified how Diddy had an inflatable pool in his hotel room where he filled it up with baby oil for a freak off.
Yo, my man, all this is coming from the drugs. You put an inflatable pool in a hotel, you take baby oil and you fill it up, and you watch your girl get smashed out by a male escort that you didn't pay to come in to have sex with her.
With no
so you could get his semen and rub it on your body and watch. And man, come on, bro.
And that's the. And I'm gonna play it. I really didn't want to play the whole thing, and I don't think I'm going to. I think I should go watch the full. I think I played enough. I'm about to play BBC on Big CC. Excuse me. But damn, I forgot what the fuck I was gonna say. I'm getting old.
I hope this ain't the whole interview, bro.
Oh yeah. Sorry. It takes a psychotic, drug-crazed person, or just a plain old weirdo, to just sit there and watch your girl fuck hundreds of dudes and you didn't even participate. You sit in the corner, and jerk your Tootsie Roll. And remember, these are for hours. These hours. And he's just in the corner like this. Just beating this Tootsie Roll. He's probably doing it like this because somebody says the Tootsie Roll pause for the pause. I don't give a fuck. Hundreds of times. Hundreds. That's in fucking insane. That is psychotic. That is weird. That is a creep. And what the picture that just came to my mind is when Mike Tyson was on our City Hall show, and I just did what he just did. Diddy right here, Diddy got his hand right here and pumped me like this. It sat like that. Because he's weird. You understand what I'm saying? Who does shit like that, man? Oh my God. But I will say, as much as people, even me, think he's fruity, and throughout this whole testimony, she didn't say, hey, I caught him with a man, or he joined with the man and was behind the man and this, that, and the third. I didn't hear that they hired gay. Well, Jonathan. Did Jonathan? Oh, how did he say he did? I'm gonna have to play Jonathan shit again because I forgot. He said he gay, so he fucked Diddy. Did he fuck Diddy? I'm gonna find that video, but I'm gonna play this a tad bit more because I really didn't want to. I don't want to play his whole video, but I'll play a little bit more. I didn't even want to play this whole thing. I really didn't.
This line of questioning is nasty, bro. This line of questioning is crazy that we are witnessing one of the most perverted acts.
Hey, have you ever looked at a packed calendar for your business and you thought, finally, this is the week, only to get ghosted?
But this was be happening behind closed doors, bro. He ain't the only one. He probably been to other parties like that. He probably seen other dudes and other people that's just as rich as he is doing some crazy shit like this, bro.
Yeah, she also said how Diddy had her heating up the baby oil in a sink with hot water.
Hot water.
Fricos.
Yeah, that's insane.
He put her to work, I guess, man. It's crazy. He put her to work, man, all kind of way. She's his girl. She's an employee. She's a singer. She's a sex slave. You understand? My man, the things that he had this little girl do and the brainwashing, and people don't believe that she was brainwashed, man. They think that she thought of all this stuff, even when she instructed the dude to pee in her mouth. He probably told her way before this, I want him to pee in your mouth. And she probably said before she got high, in my mouth? You want him to pee in my mouth? And then she got so high and on those drugs, she gonna allow him to do that because she'd rather take the piss in the mouth than the fist in the mouth. And people don't see that.
I'm gonna have to leave that there, man, because I don't feel right playing his whole video. And I played 18 minutes out of 24. I'm gonna leave it right there. If y'all haven't seen it, please go watch the rest. I don't feel comfortable just playing this whole video. But salute to All the Dialogue. Salute to him. Let me play this video. Matter of fact, no. Let me go here first. How long I've been here? I'm gonna give it like 2:40, and I don't want to be here too long. And I got some shit to do this morning too. God damn. Here. Let me play some of this real quick.
Won the presidency. Okay. The situation is that he still hasn't kicked out the corruption from the system. He's letting them stay due to money, basically. Because they all like making money. That's why they're all billionaires, etc. So there's only this select few of that run the country. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if you, I know you may or may not. I know you're gonna believe me. You have what's called the Illuminati. They cousins with the Clintons. Okay. So is Donald Trump. He's also a distant cousin. So if you see, there's a direct correlation of the presence of the United States being bonded between family ties, okay? Gotcha. All these family ties, while not go back to the same place, the royal family in England, okay? The family here of the Illuminati are descendants of the royal British family, okay? They have children between themselves. Why? Because it's...
If you look at the connection to Philip Macedon from ancient times, all of the presidents are all related through him. Like it's a real bloodline. Philip Macedon, Philip of Macedon. Look that up and see all the connections of the presidents, even royal emperors, if you will, in Rome and London and all that crazy stuff. All of that is like the family tree is long, and you can see that all of the presidents and even Donald Trump somewhere thrice, whatever quadruple number it is, removed, somehow they are all connected. So just look that up. Philip of Macedon or Macedonia, but Macedonia, whatever the hell, Macedon. All of that makes sense, man. And there's just like I'm pretty sure y'all already know that the Clintons, I think it's Bill, it's probably him, but the Bush family, Obama, all of them niggas is related. John McCain, Kerry, I think it was John Kerry, whatever. All of them, a lot of them are all related. And if you look at Obama and George Bush, they have similar features, man. If you really look at them, they are similar in a way. You may not see it, but there's some similar features. There's not all, but you'll see it.
And Mercedes. Stuff, and I was like a sex slave.
All right, bring him back.
I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot of business. Because what they would do is Sean talks a lot on the phone and on the TV with speakers and stuff, and I was like a sex slave. Okay, for them that's what I was. That's all. All right. I caught herpes, and I came back and I sued him for the herpes and won. But Mark Garagos and Ben Mercedes were his attorneys, okay? And Christopher Leon's here was my attorney. They asked me to turn in that, which was the video recording, and I did so.
Okay.
The Mercedes family, Ben Mercedes, that works with Mark Garagos. Mark Garagos used to be Michael Jackson's attorney.
Yeah, out in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He drugged Michael and they OD'd him, okay? Mercedes does. Kenny Mercedes, which is Greenman Mercedes shot. No offense with Obama.
So a lot of that is it's a lot of editing there, but you can tell because this was if this was in 2018. When did this come out? This is 2018, I believe. This is from 2018, I believe. This is from a 2018. Yep, exactly. Yep, 2018. Yep, showing that Trump's National Duro Golf Club in Miami. Yeah, so this guy, and he's already in the transcripts. I'm pretty sure y'all already know. So this guy is telling some truth here, and he talked about just jerking his stuff and soft and so on. He said he had sex with her and him. So everything that we hear in her testimony, this guy said this shit in 2018. And he's in the transcript, so this shit is real, and that's why he tried to shoot up Donald Trump shit. All of it's connected, but I'm gonna play this one video and I'm gonna do a little sidebar, and then I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end this live with what I read earlier. Is he gonna be charged with sex trafficking? And legally, he's going to get charged with sex trafficking. It's legally he's going to. I'm not saying that. I'm just going to leave it right there. He's going to be charged with that. But let me just play a little bit of this. Ooh, excuse me. Play a little bit of this. Fair use.
His view skewed when it comes to sexual activity. I believe it's helped turn him into a sexual deviant.
And that's a wrap.
Hello, Pierce. How are you today?
Yeah, good, thank you. We're 2 days into this case against Diddy. What is your gut feeling about what's going to happen here?
Well, my gut feeling on what's going to take place is, well, we're going to see a lot of strange things take place due to the fact that I know how this world works. After working in the industry, I converted my business to combat human trafficking. Last year, my team brought home 17 people, 4 children, 1 boy. And whenever these trials come about, the closer you get to the trial date, a lot of things start happening to remove people from the case that are going to strengthen the case for the prosecution. And I feel like we're watching that take place now with one of the male sex worker guys who provided tapes to the feds. He's disappeared. And this is similar to what happened in the Tory Lanez case, where the bodyguard whose DNA was on the weapon, he disappeared. So I expect to see a lot of strange things take place. I expect to see the defense team do a lot of steps to lighten the image of Combs, and we've been watching that take place.
From what you know about him, Sean Combs, obviously the perception of him has changed dramatically since these allegations were made and since he got charged. I mean, from everything we're seeing now, he seems a very unpleasant, nasty, violent piece of work. Is that a correct assessment?
The assessment is going to be correct. So what I've learned is whenever you see a gentleman like this from affluence and power, whenever they have an addiction to MDMA or the drug ecstasy, they call it the love drug. So he's been doing this drug for over 20 years. So that's going to lead his view skewed when it comes to sexual activity. I believe it's helped turn him into a sexual deviant. And, you know, what type of man wants to see another man urinate in his wife's mouth? I feel like it's evil. I think his behavior is egregious. And, you know, I have a history of using very heinous acts on people like this who participate in this type of lascivious acts.
As we're talking, Cassie Ventura, who was his longtime girlfriend, is one of the two people who the feds have brought this case with. She says that Combs would bash on my head, knock me over, drag me, kick me. Asked how often, she replied, too frequently. She says she didn't want to participate in the freak-offs, as he called them, but she did so because she loved him very much and wanted to make him happy. She told the jury she was scared of what he would do if she said no. Physical violence from Combs, she said, was always on the back of her mind. He wanted to control every aspect of her life, from how she looked to her work. And when he couldn't reach her immediately, he and his employees would call her incessantly or come and find her in person. So she's building a picture of a violent control freak. Is that a
I want to
picture
address
you
that.
recognize of what you know about this?
I got you. Hold on. I want to address that too.
Right. So definitely, these are traits that I recognize in
Hey,
the field that I work
hold on.
in. Whenever we get a call for a
Everybody,
retrieve,
listen, I respect everybody being here because y'all don't have to be here. I get that. But come on, y'all. Y'all got to hit the like button, man. Come on. It's 65 likes. It's everybody. If you haven't hit the like, I need that like so it helps with the algorithms and all of those things. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like. Hit the like. Hit the like. God damn it. God damn. Let me address what you said. AP, you said that CC is a cap artist. Now, I thought at some point, some of the stuff that he was saying, I think it was only for shock value. But I take a lot of what he says as, I'm going to take it for face value for the simple fact he is or were or has history in the industry by bodyguarding people. You see a lot. It's only a few people who see a lot what's going on in the industry. It's definitely bodyguards. Gene Dill seen a lot. Why you think he's stuck with his story? Because he's seen it. He been there. Bodyguards see the most personal thing about that person's character, how they operate, who they sneaking around with, because they don't see. The bodyguard is going to see things that no other people see. The bodyguard is there for them to be safe so nobody won't rob them. But the bodyguard is going to see all of the things that person does. Plain and simple. If you're gay, the bodyguard is going to know, but you paying him enough so he won't say nothing, because he got him, he's bodyguarding your room or your crib to make sure nobody coming to try to take you out or take your riches. So I believe him in a way. At some point, I'm like, damn, man, like, I don't know. Are you really telling the truth? But I'm going to be honest. I believe more what he say than what I may think he's exaggerating the truth about. You dig what I'm saying? But let's continue, y'all. Please, let me see if y'all hit the damn like button. Hold on. Because it'll show me. I'm going to have to refresh my screen. I hate when it does that. Can y'all hit the like button? I'm going to refresh my screen. I ain't pressing play till I see some of that shit go up. Let me refresh this screen, man. But come on now. Are you serious? Only fucking 4 people hit the like button. Why? What's so hard about hitting the like button? Why are people so special like that? Like I don't try to get out of character too much, but if you just say, yo, hit the like button, this, that, and the third, and you motherfuckers just still don't hit it. Like what world you in right now? If you don't like this platform, get the fuck out of here. And maybe that's my problem of that I'm but damn, hit the fucking like button. I don't understand that shit. I'm trying to understand the psychology of people. You know what I mean? And I get the tail end of shit because people get mad at me for saying things to you, knowing y'all know that's what you're doing. You get mad at me for exposing y'all and saying I don't give a fuck. Like, come on, hit the like button. That's not gonna kill you fuckers, man. Come on.
Evil.
Wow.
And a family is concerned about a
a
loved
million
one.
times.
Those
Like, that's
same
fucking
characteristics that this woman listed
man.
is the same things that streetwalkers will list about their boyfriend, which is actually their pimp and panderer. That's why I have an affinity for people who are survivors of this type of nonsense and oppression. And this sounds familiar. You know, along this path, I've been poisoned 3 times. My toxicology report showed cyanide, and cyanide metabolizes into pneumonia in your body. So I've had pneumonia on 3 occasions. And these problems didn't start to me until
and you ain't donating.
I started to speak out about people like this. It's been a hard time to line up this interview because the last time I was scheduled to be in this interview, randomly, our car gets hit from the side by a blacked out vehicle, no license plate. That's happened 3 times this month so far.
Really?
Somebody didn't want me to do this interview. Yeah, somebody didn't want me to do this interview. I'm somebody where I've had FBI come to my house before and tell me they found a threat against my life. So, I'm well versed in this world. But I got round the clock security. One of them was sitting right here with me right now. This is a dangerous game people are playing, and it's a good feeling for me to see the justice system prevail. And some people deserve retribution.
You clearly feel that Sean Combs over the years has made people disappear.
Unbelievable, man. Oh, I gotta go to my bookmarks. I forgot about that.
Right.
I gotta go there too. Bookmarks, right?
Well, Pierce, let me ask you a question. From your journalistic perspective, have you ever noticed how in this industry, people untimely meet their demise as soon as somebody else seems like they're having a problem? Have you ever seen that before?
Well, there was, of course, the case of one of his other ex-girlfriends, Kim Porter, who died of pneumonia at a very young age. You just referenced your own situation with pneumonia that you believe was deliberate poisoning. Do you believe that may be what happened to her?
Excuse me. Ooh. Excuse me. Sorry.
Why are so many people coming down with pneumonia? Why is that happening to everybody? What is that about? Where have you ever seen this many cases of pneumonia associated with one situation? So,
there were rumors.
I'm not saying.
Well, I was going to mention on this that there have been rumors circulating online that Diddy may have poisoned Jamie Foxx, which caused his 2023 hospitalization. In his Netflix show, he compared Combs to the devil in revealing his near-death experience after a brain bleed and stroke. He said, I say this all the time. I saw the tunnel. I didn't see the light. It was hot in that tunnel. I thought, shit, have I gone to the wrong place? I looked at the end of the tunnel, and I thought I saw the devil saying, come on. Or was that Puffy? I'm effing around, but if that was Puffy, had a flaming bottle of Johnson.
I'm gonna play a little bit of what he said here, then that's it.
I think that you have taken that to be a not too oblique reference to the fact that he suggested he may too have been poisoned.
Jamie Foxx said out of his mouth that his partner handed him an Advil, and after he took that Advil, he woke up 22 days later. That's what he said out of his mouth. I
gotta see my damn light bill, man.
I feel like human skepticism has become a virus, because if we don't trust the words of our peers, where are we as a species? eyewitness testimony and circumstantial evidence is enough to get a person a life sentence in any court.
I'm gonna leave that one right there. I'm gonna go to my bookmarks. I'm gonna do some sidebars real quick. So I'm pretty sure y'all still here. Thank y'all for being here. Hopefully y'all hit the like button, y'all. Hopefully you hit the like button. If you didn't, can you hit it now? So I don't know what to tell you. But let's go here, right? Now, Jamie Foxx, you know, when he did his special, I really enjoyed this special. I thought it was he did real good. He did a lot of crying, which is understandable because he had a life-threatening experience, and he was pretty much up out of here. So I'm glad that he's good. But if I can remember, can y'all please help me with this? Because I I did try to look up the actual stand-up, the actual special. He did address it, but he didn't say that he did, but he didn't say he didn't. You know what I mean? But he did say somebody gave him an aspirin or something, and that was that. You know what I mean? And this happened, you know, when he was talking about, you know, he had all the footage of the party. And knowing how, and here's the thing, even right now, you see how he made Cassie call Jonathan Odie or Adi, whatever how you pronounce the shit, call him and threaten him like, yo, son, you don't know me. You disrespect me, bro. I will fucking kill you and cut you up. I will get you up out of here. They'll kill you and hide you. It's not gonna be no blood on my hands. I get somebody else to do it. This, that, and the third. All of because they felt like he did have a video, like he recorded the sex act or whatever you want to call it, the episode or whatever. You know what I mean? And he made her threaten him. So imagine if he felt like Jamie had too much footage, because that's what Jamie was doing at the beginning of his career when he was just going around, you know, chilling with Puffy, this, that, and third. Because Puffy was in the game before a lot of these actors, a lot of these entertainers, these actresses, actors, ball players. Puffy was that dude for many years, and the Puff parties was the shit. Everybody wanted to be there. Everybody wanted to be there. You can't exclude nobody. Everybody wanted to be there. Everybody. And this man had footage. Jamie Foxx recorded that what they call that shit? When he had Justin Bieber, what they call that love shit, whatever it was. It was for all the entertainers and up and coming artists. Something camp, love camp, or whatever the fuck it was. If y'all could refresh my fucking memory, goddamn, it was something like that. And Jamie Foxx was recorded all that shit. Remember the basketball butt ass naked shit? All the men playing basketball, just swinging and jumping, jump shot. Remember you seen King Combs footage with the beds inside the basketball court? Just beds everywhere, just freaky shit everywhere. Insane. But let me continue my sidebars. Puffy Camp. No, it's something. Was it called Puffy Camp? It was called something else. It was something camp. Maybe it is Puffy Camp. But again, FBI Director James Comey was a prosecutor on the Epstein case and is now a prosecutor in the Diddy's case. Like, she's not playing, son. Diddy done. Here's the Cassie's attorney in her statement.
My wife freeing herself of her past.
Alex,
there has been speculation online surrounding how it must feel for me to sit there and listen to my wife's testimony. I have felt so many things sitting there. I have felt tremendous pride and overwhelming love for Cass. I have felt profound anger that she has been subjected to sitting in front of a person who tried to break her. So to him and all of those who helped him along the way, please know this: you did not. You did not break her spirit nor her smile that lights up every room. You did not break the souls of a mother who gives the best hugs and plays the silliest games with our little girls. You did not break the woman who has made me a better man. I did not save Cassie, as some have said. To say that is an insult to the years of painful work my wife has done to save herself. Cassie saved Cassie. She alone broke free from abuse, coercion, violence, and threats. She did the work of fighting the demons that only a demon himself could have done to her. All I have done is love her as she has loved me. Her life is now surrounded by love, laughter, and our family. This horrific chapter is forever put behind us, and we will not be making additional statements. We appreciate all of the love and support we have received, and we ask that you respect our privacy as we welcome our son into a world that is now safer because of his mom.
And spend that $30 million. Man, I can't knock that, man. Get your chicken, baby. They chilling right now. God damn, I wish I had 20 million. Just give me 1 million. Watch what I do with that bitch. God damn. But this building right here, I was in this building. I passed that building so many times. Right up the street is Court Street. Right over there is 250 Broadway housing. We got the Brooklyn Bridge right there. Everything right there. I was in that building because me and my homeboy, I forgot his name, big Spanish dude, real big built, like big nigga. He will crush you with one fucking hit, son. Wow, damn, I forgot his name. Building 15, first floor. We in a Lexus GS 300. I bagged this shorty off of Brooklyn Ravens. The phone chat line. This is like 2002, 3, 4 maybe. Bagged this chick. She was in Harlem. I was gonna go to Harlem. I'm on a block. I'm pumping or trapping, if you will, but we call it pumping where I'm from. I got ass full of crack and shit like that, whatever. So and I'm like, yo, you know what? Shit, I'm gonna go up there. I'm trying to get a ride. I see him. We driving on the highway. We get off somewhere. We took like the shortcut or whatever. I see my cousin G because I seen his Range Rover. I knew it was his Range Rover because he lived in my apartment for like 3 years. I let him stack up. Talking to a shorty, I hopped out on him. He was surprised. He damn near pulled out on me. I'm like, yo, what up, son? You know what I mean? He's standing at the door talking to a shorty and shit like that. We chopped it up. He wasn't living with me no more at that point. Was he still? Nah, he wasn't living with me at that point because I moved to building 16. Long story short, I jumped back in the Lexus. He's taking me uptown. I gave him some bread. Nigga, soon, 5 minutes later after I left my cousin G, son, 2 taxis, like, screeched in front of us, like, right there in front of us, hopped out. I thought they was going to shoot us or something. It was police, man. That fucking Lexus was in a homicide. They found a dead body in there. This nigga was driving in a mob, like the Italian mob, because I told you Bensonhurst, that's an Italian mob shit. So he had the car from an Italian dude, and that vehicle was involved in the homicide. A body was in that trunk and shit. Man, I was in that building right there, the court building and shit like that. I spent the night in there. Man, no motherfuckers brought me in the interrogation room, and I mean the literal movies that you see in the movies. I don't even know who I was speaking to. It was a lady. It was a black lady and a black guy sitting in the chair. Like, I'm right here. See how dim it is? It was dim. They was like 10 feet, maybe 5 feet, 7 feet away from me, and I couldn't see their face because it was dim. Like, I can't even see their face, and they sitting in front of me. It's like they dark, but you can see from their legs down, interrogating me and shit. I'm like, yo, I didn't even know. Yo, it was crazy. When I look at that building, I think of that time. No, I didn't snitch or anything. I'm like, I don't know. I was just getting dropped off to go to fucking Harlem. He was just taking me to see a girl and everything. Like, son, I ain't gonna lie. I kind of cried a little bit. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like 21, 22. I'm like, yo, I didn't know. Like, it was, yeah. Every time I see that building, I think of that shit. It was insane. But they let me go home, man. So I can't see the chat. But when I see that building, that court building, it always remind me of that moment. I never got charged or anything. He didn't get charged either. I mean, because I seen him after that. It was somebody that I don't know, because same thing. They just let him hold the car, driving around in a fucking Lexus that was in a fucking homicide. Yeah, I don't like that building. That building is crazy. Puffy crib. Look at all the baby oils. Look at all that. All the baby oils. All that shit is real. Crazy. Sidebars right here. This is the sidebars, and I'm going to read something that's going to prove that he is going to get charged with trafficking, man. And I don't want him to get life. Well, look, I just feel like it was a domestic violent relationship, but it's going to show that he's going to get charged. I'm not reading all that. This is the statement he just read. That's when he got caught, whatever, right there. I know this is the worst day of his life. Right in that room up there, he got Molly, he got all that shit in there, man. Like, insane. This girl right here, she is good. Mrs. Space, and she's a fine white lady. She is fine too. She, like, if you watch the trial Monday and look in the thread of in the city news or whatever, you're gonna see her in there. Like, so when they put up something, she put the picture right up of what they talking about. Like, she is fast. That's why I was like, yo, your finger's faster than lightning. Like, I was on this shit since it started. You know what I'm saying? But I had other things to do today. I took notes as I was going. But yeah, man, this girl right here, this white girl right here, she be on it. She's a fine lady too. I ain't gonna hold you. She looks good. You know what I mean? I fuck her though. Whee! So, all right, it's another picture. Here we go. You know, just to put some photos to it. Those are 3 different times when they was at the Met Gala together. You know what I'm saying? Still looked good. You know what I'm saying? Even, you know, drugs over time will beat you down. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But just wanted to show that. Yeah, with the shit, somebody put out that Cassie testified in the court that Nicki Minaj encouraged her to stay with Diddy after she found an open where my front's at? Found an open after she opened up to her about the horrible things she was going through. That's fake. That's fake because in the city press, he put it up right after this. He made sure that they falsified his post. So let's keep it pushing. All right, so those all the key points. Let me see if there's anything that I didn't read. I read the whole thing already. This is funny right here. Game of Combs, nigga. All that baby oil. That shit right there is funny. They need an Emmy for that shit. What is this? Allie Carter. Yeah. Allie Carter, family. Allie Carter. Yo, I've been trying to find her. I went to her site and all that, try to set up a conversation. This is like 3 months ago. You got to go through a lot of channels to get to her, man. Yeah, yeah. She's supposed to testify. What's said? She's going to testify. I don't know how true it is. 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 But salute to her. And all that shit. Puffy in it. You know what I mean? So hold on. Sean Puffy Diddy Combs, aka Puff P Diddy, aka Diddy. Yeah, man. And he got Birdman and all that shit too, man. And I heard something about damn, I forgot the name, but anyway, I'll get back to that.
Of Barack Obama, Joe Biden. We know about Michelle Obama. That's a man. We know about Too Short. We know about Akon and Steven Tyler, and we can give those names all.
Let me. When she said Too Short, I said, why she said Too Short? Let me say this real quick. Too Short. What was Too Short? A pimp, right? He wasn't. You know, he talked that pimp shit. Did he lead some of these bitches into these parties? I don't know, man. I love Too Short. I fuck with Too Short. But I hope he don't get caught up in none of this shit. But he did have bitches. He don't give a fuck about bitches. Like, I got some bitches like, look here. Give me like a feet, that, this, that, the third. Boom. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. Ooh, Lord. I don't even know if I should say that. I sold some pussy before, and I mean, it was. It's not even funny. Nah, let me leave that one alone. Let me not for this live. This is for another day. But I sold pussy before. Believe that. I had a lot of women, man. I ain't gonna hold you. Word. I really did. I don't. You know, I ain't proud of it, but goddamn it, I enjoyed it.
There to help you. And everybody is so worried about the elite, and we could give those names of Barack Obama, Joe Biden. We know about Michelle Obama, that's a man. We know about Too Short. We know about Akon and Steven Tyler, and we can give those names all day. And everybody is so worried about that. But what you should be worried about is the people that are in between, the people that go as low as your grave diggers. I was trafficked to people within my schools. I was trafficked in underground tunnels that link under your schools, through your cemeteries, under your amusement parks, through Universal Studios, and into Hollywood elite homes, all over the place, all over the world. And people don't understand that, and they can't fathom that, and they can't put that together. But if you think about the things that have come out lately, and there's 200 children missing, and there's 300 children missing. What Amber Alert did you receive? How many times do you receive an Amber Alert every year? And if you think about that, how many children are coming up in your face that have been tortured in like this? It exists and it's real, and people don't want to face it. It happens in your schools every day, as your grave diggers, your trash men. Everybody is involved.
We're not talking about some shadowy cabal in a Netflix docu-series. These are the people you see shaking hands on Capitol Hill and walking the red carpet. Barack Obama, Joe Biden, Beyonce, John Travolta, Denzel Washington. The list reads like the guest list for the world's most exclusive party. Except, according to Allie, the price of admission is innocence lost and silence bought. The real power flex isn't just money or fame. It's the ability to make the truth disappear. When the same people who run your country, your favorite movies, and your playlists are allegedly in on it, who's left to blow the whistle? The media? Please. They're too busy fighting for exclusive interviews and red carpet selfies to
there to help you.
I really hope they don't copyright for this beat. I don't know if that's a real somebody like it's copyright, but that beat is fire. But let me just say something. When she's talking about the underground tunnels, you know that shit is real. They got underground tunnels. They got underground trains. No, it's not electric. It like hovers. It's some kind of whatever. It floats, and it's faster than the speed of light. You can go from here to London within a half an hour. I forgot. I think it goes 300. No, I think it said it goes 3,000 miles per hour. They already have these underground bunkers. They already have these underground tunnels. They didn't have it. She made a great point that I missed earlier. And I said this on numerous occasions, and I'm pretty sure y'all heard this on numerous occasions. Annually, for the past, I don't know, 20, 30 years, I'm just going to give it a good 20 because that is accurate. Annually, over 300,000 kids go fucking missing, and we don't get no Amber Alerts. Why is that? Let that shit sink in because it's real. If that is true, and it's in the article, those are bars, why we don't get over 300,000? Give me 500, give me 100 Amber Alerts on my phone. And this is accurate data. It's a lot going on. And then they get these kids from Ukraine, they get these kids from other countries for their bidding. I said this the last time. I seen some shit, man. These people, man, what they do to these fucking kids. And it's on Twitter. I would never show them images, ever. And the pictures that these girls be taking, they be all smiling, being around all these uppity people that we are familiar with. And they are part of some satanic shit. And then when you see their personal pictures with, I guess, they close friends, they all look demonic. They all look drugged out. It's crazy. And a lot of them are not blessed with melanin. And I don't mean that in no disrespectful way. I'm just calling it for what it is. This industry is wicked, and I'm so happy because I could have been in this shit. I interviewed my boy Dell on here that wrote for Diddy, that wrote for Blue Cantrell when I was in the studio with all of them. I was in the studio with all of them. I didn't see Diddy that day. I'm gonna be honest. I hate people who stretch the truth and lie. I never been in the studio with Puff, but I've been in the studio with people that fuck with Puff. I've been in the crib with the Mad Rapper and Kenny. That's probably around him to this day. I've been around them. I've been around Blue Cantrell. I think I was around Miss Info, the Asian girl, because it was an Asian girl in there. She was clocking me. I was looking real nice that day. I had fronts. I was like 19 years old. I had fronts forever. I had goatee forever though. I always had the bottoms, no tops. But I've been around them. Tracy Lee, Devontae. I was around a lot. I was around a lot, man. But and my boy, he was in the industry, fuck with him for a minute. But this was the good Puff. This is the early 90s. This is not all this shit now. So I feel like things happen for a reason, because we was a pretty much a rap group, like for real. Like we did shows and all. I did shows at the Warehouse in Brooklyn, all that shit. I was in the studio with the different studios and shit like that. Like for like real talk, we was trying to make, like really trying to make it, but it was something. It was in-house shit, nothing to do with the industry or the studio. It just kind of dismantled, and I don't want to expose why. That's nobody's business, but it just didn't go where it should be. Me, Rob Dog, and Dell that or Bad Bull that I had on here. But his name was Grigio now. But yeah, but this industry is wicked. So who knows what could have happened to me by then, because I wasn't gonna go for none of that shit. They probably would have killed my ass a long time ago. Hey, it was an accident. You know what I mean? It was suicide. I don't know. So the industry is scary. I'm just letting y'all know it's very scary. Oh, and now, yo, I said I thought about this tonight. Hopefully y'all still in here. I thought about this shit tonight, man. I actually picture. I need y'all to do me a favor. Just picture this. Picture this. Close your eyes or daydream. Picture being in the industry. Picture being in a setting where there's a lot of rich people. You in a you know, at a little party or a little get together and all this shit, right? Everybody chilling, wine glasses. Everybody looking all debonair. Wine glasses, everybody looking elegant and nice, everybody chilling, you know, nice little music playing and all this shit. And you happy, you around, you got your manager with you or your producer or whatever. And this, that, and the third, And maybe you seen some things prior to that was kind of suspect or whatever. And you just seen some shit that you ain't need to see, but you ain't in it, but whatever. But I thought today that kind of gave me goosebumps is that just picture yourself around a whole bunch of people, and then over something they just stop and look at you, and I mean like all of them just stop and just look at you with the evil face, like they just looking at you like evilly, and not knowing that you was brought to this party to be sacrificed. But you cannot, you can't go nowhere. It's over for you. Like just I picture myself on so many occasions. Like I'm like, just picture that. You just there, you think everything was getting next thing you know, just they just looking at you. And it just look evil and demonic. And you feeling uncomfortable, you want to leave, but somebody comes to you with a smile to keep you there, some shit like that. Next thing you know, you missing. I don't know. I just think it's so satanic, and the devil come to you with a smile, man, not a growl. Remember that. The devil comes to you with a smile. The devil comes undetected, y'all. Remember that shit. He comes undetected. He comes to you with a smile and get you right where he wants you and kill your ass. Just be careful in this industry. Just be careful what you do, man, because it's like, remember the movie Devil's Advocate, Keanu Reeves and Al Pacino, when he was in that in the like this party, and his wife came down, he started seeing their faces turn into like demonic faces. That's what all those people are like. You be in those fucking places, everybody chilling and dancing, everybody smiling, but they are devils, son. Like, I don't know. Just be careful, goddamn. I hope y'all understand what the fuck I'm saying. If not, kiss my motherfucking ass. Okay? Free Tory Lanez. These people, the world is sick. People is donating to this pedophile. And this, who Alexandra Megan made this post him, and they donating to a pedophile just because he stabbed Tory Lanez. Unbelievable. For some reason, she looks drugged up in this. To be honest. I can't play that music. We all heard she was on that stuff too, but I don't know. And I say that with all due respect. I love Beyonce. I ain't gonna hold you. I do. You know what I mean? I don't know, maybe it's just me, but they said she was on that stuff before. Oh yeah. This mansion was built in 1859 or 1829 or whatever. I think it's 1859. And this was a slave plantation, antebellum. And it got burnt down to the ground. I just want to say I am so happy and the ancestors are smiling. But I say this too, on the flip side of that, you know they're trying to erase their history anyway. So could this been intentional? So they could burn down all the monuments. I think we need to take pictures and as much as we can, like take down a whole bunch of data, you know, and just don't leave it to the internet to save it. I think they're doing that to clean up their history, knowing that I'm not even going to get too deep in that, but that's what I think. That's what they're doing. Let me get off that before I get too deep in that, and then I don't want to go there. This is not the live to do so. So I won't go there today. But check this out. This is the homie from Philly. Oh my God! Speaking of Philly, man, did y'all hear about the young kid from Philly? The voice of the young people. They murdered that young kid from Philly. Yo, I swear I did a y'all follow me on TikTok because I did a lot of I get a lot of views on there. It's definitely better than YouTube at this moment. In Twitter. I mean in Instagram. But man, it's so sad. They killed that boy, man, for a chain. And this dude was here to fucking steer the fucking youth in the right direction. Like they killed their own people like that is like prophets, man. They killed the young prophet. God send people once in the blue to try to steer people in the right direction, and these fucking niggas murdered this young dude. He was 30 years old. I didn't know, but he looked at like 19. But they killed him, man. Do y'all remember that? On Mother's Day. On Mother's Day, they killed that little boy on fucking Mother's Day. His mom's gonna have to relive that trauma for the rest of his life. That young man was a prophet. If people don't want to think that way, that's the limited mindset that you have. That was a prophet. He came in real time. He came on this earth in real time. And at this time, as a young man, amongst his young peers, because we see how these young niggas is acting right now, how they I don't like it. I don't like how we being portrayed and how we acting. We killing ourselves thinking that shit is cool. I'm really detached and embarrassed. This is my people. But he came amongst them to be an example that, nigga, I'm young just like you. I come from the trenches just like you, nigga. I'm from Philly. I'm living hard just like you right now, but I'm here to be an example. To show you that it's a better way. I rap, I'm dope at rapping. I'm fire. But there's another way, and I'm giving you the example of what to do, nigga. I'm young like you. I am showing you that it's another way. He's being the prime example, and they murdered this fucking kid, yo. When I swear to God, I woke up, it was like 6 a.m. When I seen that shit, I cried, son. I'm not even gonna hold you. That's what made me do my video, and that shit went viral all over fucking TikTok. I fucking cried, son. That shit fucked up, man. That's what our people do, son. That I fucking cried. I can't believe it. I still don't believe that shit, son. I don't believe it. Oh man, and let me just show you who I'm talking about, and then I'm gonna end it with why he's going to fucking jail. Let me find his fucking page, man. Right here, son. If y'all don't know who the fuck I'm talking about, let me just show that I'm out. I know a lot of y'all probably don't care. We know how it is. Y'all don't want to hear stuff like that, but I don't give a fuck. But rest in peace, young king. This young man right here, man. This young man. They murdered this fucking kid, yo.
I'm hoping you can see.
Oh, no.
I'm praying you.
Nope, I can't play that beat. I'm not playing that beat. Not at all. Nope, I don't want no trouble. This young man, man. Let me play one. Right here. Let me just play this one, man. Insane.
Philly, 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 that's the place where I was born at. On the north side, where the lights was never on at. We window shop before we really shop. We can't afford that. They banning laws. They telling all the girls you can't abort that. 300 murders, and it's still counting. Shit is serious. My youngin' 12, used to the murder. He ain't scared of it, cause he from North Philly where you bound to see some scary shit. He died with a frown on his face. He dead serious. Nobody safe. Kids killing kids. Nobody raising them. Sidewalks, all the playgrounds. Nobody played them. He couldn't aim. He caught a half a kill. They still was praising him, cause all the shots he threw, they hit his back, and that disabled them. When I was young, we played freeze tag and had fun. You can't move until somebody touch you, then it's lit again. Nowadays, they still play tag, but with switches, and believe me, when they tag you, you ain't never gonna be in it. Really been through pain, but it won't break me, I'm a fighter. Ever lose a friend and grow up around this kid that look just like him? Ever stole inside the stores for winter coat cause it be biting? Ever walked 20 blocks for $10 or some diapers? I know a youngin' played basketball, his mom loved him. That was her only child, so when he died, she started stressing. She still can't believe it. She think that he's still alive. Every morning she wake up, she still make his favorite breakfast. I seen cops stand over niggas until they can't breathe. Seen ops see they op gun jam, he cry cause they can't see. Dice game, if one nigga winning, he feeling antsy. Cause everybody losing is killers. That mean you can't leave. He ain't got a dad but got the streets, so he fine with that. She ain't got a mom but got a body. That's the side effect. He don't play with guns, but he can fight. And he died cause that nigga couldn't fight, but he could shoot. He got life for as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. I see mom at the mom, got a battle with death. I seen Tom at the time, smoke this cop on the set, and do line at the line till they get cramps in their neck. I heard the feds about to do a sweep, can you believe it? I tell him, yeah, I can. In 3 months, we gotta vote again. He fighting murder with a PD. Can he beat it? They say, yeah, he gonna beat it when they make the gas low again. Killed they top op that same night his niggas loaded up. Slid to their block, I swear to God, I can't make this up. They spun, then 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 they spun. It's like the GPS kept fucking up.
Ah, man. That's crazy that they murked this dude. He first went viral when he did the self-destruction video, a remake of the self-destruction. He's a very positive guy. And every time I see some of his videos, I literally think that the people who did it, they probably was already in his videos already. It's always the motherfucker that's close to you, family. It's always the motherfuckers. They knew exactly where he was when it happened. They knew exactly where to find him. Let me just show y'all the video. Since I'm on it, I gotta give this boy some love. Rest in peace, young king. Hold on, fuck that. I gotta show him some love. Damn, son. That's fucked up. Son. He don't sell drugs. He had programs where it feeds the kids and try to have like programs for the kids, like food drives and clothes drives for the kids. They murder him over the chain. I love my black people. I just hate niggas, man. I hate you niggas, man. I really do. I love my black people so much. I really do, man. And y'all know I do. I love my people so much. I love my black people to death. I will always fight for you forever and ever. On my worst day, I'll fight for you. But I'm tired of you fucking niggas, man. What we doing out there? We think this shit is cool, man. Nah, me fucking up out here, King. Please make sure y'all go follow me on TikTok. Please make sure y'all follow me. I will gladly appreciate y'all.
Here's the video, y'all. Check it out. You see the door right there, the door across the street. They go into the car. They know this is personal. They knew he was in that car. Watch one come from this side. The other one is already over there. And they run up to the car where LGP Quad was at, man. On Mother's Day. This is on fucking Mother's Day, son. So, you know this was personal, family. This was definitely personal. Now, you know damn well that was personal, family. On Mother's Day, this dude was the voice of the youth. I'm not even going to hold you, man. Like, when I found out early this morning, like, I literally cried, man, because we all know this was a great kid, man. You see, when you were bright light amongst these fucking demons in the hood, when your light is shining amongst all them dim lights, all the lack of resources, no one is pulling them out the hood. No, I mean, Meat Mill, somebody should have snatched him up, man. He was speaking truth and try to get these kids to think positive and, you know, do something with their life, son. Like, yo, it's so fucked up that when you have the talent, when you have it, but there's no resources and you still got to live in the conditions that you in amongst these fucking demons, man. It's hard, bro. Rest in peace, man.
I ain't gonna lie, man. When I found out, man, I can't even control it. I started crying, son. I feel that shit now, man. That's fucked up, man. That our people do that shit to ourselves, man. Like, I can't even control that shit, bro. That shit fucked me up, man. Like, come on, ain't that serious, man? Oh, man, that shit is fucked up, bro. It really is, yo. Oh, my God, man. Hold on 1 second, yo. Damn, yo. Wow. Oh, boy. That's fucked up, man. That's really fucked up, yo. And then I got a 20-year-old son that live out there. And I seen his page. He already got guns on his page. I'm like, God damn, man. But that's a whole nother story. I'm not even gonna dig into that. That's why I speak to my son Amar. Yo, I'm not gonna go to that. I don't want to get too sentimental, man. But God bless you, LGP Qua. God bless you, man. God damn. All right. Let me read this. I'm out. This is it. I'm done. Let me just show y'all that he's I'm gonna read this again. This is in closing. This is for those who were not here, but if you oh shit, I'm in too far. Excuse me. Hold on, excuse me. Hold on. Damn, come on. Hold on. Please be patient, everybody. It's coming. God damn, I'm in too far. All right, hold on. It's oh, come on, man. All right, here we go. Sorry. All right. Pardon me. I know I look probably tired now, but I ain't gonna lie, man. That shit is sad. That shit fucked with me for real. It really did. So I'm just gonna show y'all something right now. This is to show you exactly why Diddy is gonna go down for sex trafficking. This is as I close. I'm out of here right after this shit, for real. What is sex trafficking legally? Under U.S. federal law, the Trafficking Victims Protection Act. Damn, yo. Sex trafficking involves recruiting, harboring, transporting, providing, or obtaining a person for a commercial sex act through force, fraud, or coercion, or if the person is under 18, regardless of consent. Those are key words, consent. Just keep that in mind. This is for the ones who haven't heard this yet. Can sex trafficking occur in a consensual relationship? Yes. Consent does not automatically remove potential sex trafficking charges if coercions, threats, or manipulation were used. One party had control or power over the other, financially, emotionally, professionally, and you know all three played a part in their relationship. Force or threats were used to involve others or exploit someone. Now, what if they attended sex parties together or freak-offs together? Even if both parties voluntarily engaged in sex parties or a sexual lifestyle, if others were exploited at these parties, especially via coercion or underage involvement, it could lead to sex trafficking charges. Now, if Cassie or someone else was coerced or manipulated into sex acts for Diddy's benefit, financial, reputational, or otherwise, that could legally be considered trafficking. It gets better. Relevance to the Diddy and Cassie case. Without verified legal findings, it's inappropriate to claim guilt or innocence. However, allegations related to coercions, NDAs, payments for silence, or threats can be relevant in court to determine patterns of control or abuse, which are central to trafficking cases. Now, all of this is legal terms. Like I said before, I felt the same way. This is not sex trafficking. This is a relationship. She went back to him after being raped and all type shit. She knew what she was getting into because in order to be with him, had to be freak off. So all of that, and it's not sex trafficking. It's a domestic violence relationship. I thought the same thing, but in legal terms, it's different. But I agree with some people who feel the same way that I did. But legally, what we think ain't gonna hold no fucking weight. But relationships that involve power imbalances. Diddy has the power. She doesn't. So there's an imbalance in power. So they're not on equal playing fields. Diddy has the power. So relationships that involve power imbalances, especially when combined with money, fame, or influence, are often scrutinized under trafficking laws. If there's any suggestion of exploitation, it's ultimately up to the investigators in courts to assess whether a crime occurred. I'm not done. We're gonna keep it pushing. Give me another a good 10 minutes of your time or less. Can the Diddy and Cassie case be considered sex trafficking? Let's talk about the Diddy case situation and let's break down whether a relationship that involves sex parties could legally cross into sex trafficking territory. You might think, but they were in love. You might think they were in love, right? Well, not so fast, right? Sex trafficking under the law is when someone recruits, transports, or provides a person for sex acts in exchange for something of value through force, fraud, or coercion. If a person is underage, no coercion is needed. It's automatically trafficking because she's young or he's young, right? Cool. Consent, keyword, becomes irrelevant if force, manipulation, or threats are involved. Again, she consented, she initiated, she participated, she wanted it, she craved it, she was excited. All the text shit that we all heard of. I don't need to repeat the shit. We already know what she said, how she felt, right? Can sex trafficking happen in a relationship? Yes, just because two people are dating or married doesn't mean it's not trafficking. If one partner uses power, threats, or control to pressure the other into sex, especially for a third party gain, nigga, that's trafficking. For example, do this or I'll ruin your career. That's coercion. Does that sound familiar? Yes, it is. We talking legally. Legally, not we on the outside. We are using our common sense, and that's rightfully so. We using the common sense, but legally, motherfuckers, that's a whole nother story. Again, example, do this shit, bitch, or I ruin your career, or I show people the motherfucking tape. Bitch, you better come suck this motherfucker dick while I play with my goddamn Tootsie Roll over here. And after he ejaculate on you too, bitch, I want some of that semen. I want a semen rub. I want testicular fluids on my nipples, bitch. If you don't, I'm gonna release those tapes. Jonathan got a motherfucking tape, bitch. Call that motherfucker right now and tell him you gonna cut him up and all that shit here be missing and he won't be found and shit. Call that motherfucker, bitch. If you don't, whip your motherfucker neck. Now, what about the parties? Cassie and Diddy allegedly attended sex parties or, freak offs. But here's the legal keyword, legal catch. If someone is coerced to attend or participate, that's not consent. Again, if someone is forced to fuck or blackmail, if you don't, I'm going to release this tape, bitch, because that's in the transcripts. If you don't do this face off, a freak off, I'm gonna release the tape, bitch. And she did. But anyway, again, if someone if someone is coerced to attend or participate, that's not consent. I shouldn't have to tell y'all what consent means. I shouldn't have to go that far, right? If drugs, threats, or manipulation were used to control Cassie or anyone else, it could absolutely qualify as trafficking, even if it looked consensual from the outside. Why this case matters? If allegations of control, threats, NDAs, and payment for silence are true, prosecutors can build a case for sex trafficking and conspiracy, even though conspiracy is not in the case. Even in elite circles, abuse of power for sex doesn't get a pass just because someone is rich, famous, or in a relationship. At the end of the goddamn day, it's not about who someone is dating. It's about how they are treated behind closed doors. And if that involves coercion, manipulation, or silence through fear, it might be trafficking. Okay. Was Cassie really a victim of trafficking, even though she was in a relationship with Diddy? We're going to show your ass right now. I'll give you the legal definition of sex trafficking and however dynamics, manipulation, and abuse can still apply behind the scenes, even in elite relationships. Okay. Voluntarily, here it goes. Voluntarily returning to a partner. Sounds familiar? She came right back, even after being raped. Remember that. And I don't say that loosely. I'm not proud of that or, happy about that. Not at all. But voluntarily returning to a partner, even for sex, does not automatically mean there wasn't trafficking, abuse, or coercion involved. Maybe, maybe not. But why returning doesn't cancel out abuse. Okay. Many victims of abuse or coercion return to their abusers multiple times. It's called the cycle of abuse, and it's well documented in psychology and criminal law. Victims may come back because of financial dependence, emotional manipulation, fear of retaliation, belief they have no other options, grooming, and trauma bonding. Even if Cassie asked for more freak-offs or seemed to enjoy them on the surface, the legal question is, was that request made under true free will, or was it shaped by psychological control, manipulation, or fear of consequences if she didn't? And she done said that. I don't have to give you an example. Y'all read the goddamn transcripts, right? I would hope so by now. Legally, here's what matters, bitch. Did Diddy use force, fraud, coercion to control or pressure Cassie into sexual activity, especially with others? Were their freak-offs part of a pattern of grooming? Well, where Cassie felt she had to do and participate to stay safe, relevant, or protected? Was there any imbalance of power being used? Yeah. Well, think about this, bitch. A person can be coerced into believing they want something, even if it harms them. That doesn't make the coercion any less real. It just makes it harder to recognize from the outside. Bottom line. Yeah, that is it. And bottom line, bitches, Cassie returning, texting, or even requesting sex acts doesn't erase potential trafficking or abuse. Courts look at the totality of the relationship, power dynamics. My mouth is dry now. Power dynamics and whether free will was compromised. Damn. If coercion was involved at any point, consent becomes complicated. If coercion was involved at any point, consent becomes complicated, and trafficking can still be on the table. So, legally, this nigga got a problem. That's what I'm saying. Now, what did he say? Hold on. Let me just show y'all this last one. Everybody, if you new, please subscribe. Hit that like button. If you haven't hit the like button yet, fucking hit the like, please. God damn it. Let me go to this real quick. Let me yeah, and she went to I already read all this stuff already, but she had PTSD. She went to neurosurgery. Yep, PTSD, neurotherapy, rehab, and you call that sex therapy or whatever, for sex repulsion. I guess that means sex rehab and shit like that too. What else? Yeah. I fucking write that. But I want to read at the end. Hold on. All right, hold on. I gotta scroll all the way down. Give me 1 second. This is what the Diddy's lawyer said at the end of the case. Hold on. Come on, bitch. Damn. I gotta scroll all the way down. So y'all gotta please be patient. I know that shit is kicking in. This is it, right? All right, this is after Don Richards left. So here's the conversation between the judge, Marie Comey, the prosecutor, and Mark Agnafilo, which is Diddy's lawyer. So the judge says about this line of testimony, Comey, prosecutor, this shows conscientious of guilt because they made her leave after Don's testimony. That's what he says, the sidebar, and they said what they said, and they ended it right there. And this is what they talking about, because they left us on a cliffhanger like, damn, Don was saying some shit, and now it's like, well, see you Monday and shit. So they talking about why they cut it short so early. Now, about this line of testimony, this show conscience about this testimony, the judge, prosecutor. This shows conscientious of guilt, consciousness of guilt. Come on, Mike, you bugging. For count one and relevant to count one. Puffy's lawyer, excuse me. I'm starting to feel it now, getting a little bit flustered. It's not sex trafficking, it's domestic violence. Why didn't you bring this motion in line? Lamine, because I looked up the definition earlier. Lamine means that you should have talked to the courts earlier or made that a problem. It had it in writing earlier. Let me make sure. Let me get the definition right. I'm doing it right now because I did look it up earlier. I'm like, what the fuck Lamine means? It means, see, my eyes is horrible, son. Hold on, bitch. God damn, Mike, what's up? Soon when I turn 44, my eyes were like this. Like, God damn, son. God damn. All right. It's limine. It's an adverb adjective. Motion made at the start of the case before the jury has been seated. That's what the fuck that means, goddammit. I don't even want to pronounce the word again. But that word, y'all can't even see, but any fucking way. But that word, where I'm at. Now I gotta go back to where I'm at. All right, lemony, yeah, lemony, that shit, man. All right, why didn't you bring emotion in that lemony on this? Agnifilo, I didn't know. Agnifilo again. We cannot sit here and say Mrs. Cassie did anything because of this event, because she didn't talk about this one. So this is ranked speculation, bitch. The judge said, but she was there, motherfucker. Agnifilo said, I don't give a fuck. She doesn't know the effect on Cassie's case. She's talking about Dawn. On Dawn. The judge says, who are the next witnesses, motherfuckers? Because I'm ready to go. I've been here since 7:30. Kerry Morgan and David James. I don't know who David James is. And don't forget, Cassie's mom is going to testify. All right? I don't know if you heard it first, but you heard it now. All right, and that's it. That's it, man. Listen, man, I'm tired of you motherfuckers right now, too. And good morning. Thank you for being here. Y'all be good. Kiss my ass. I love y'all. I see y'all another time. I'm getting the fuck up out of here.